Welcome to Omaha, Nebraska, where two first-timers battle for the right to stick around. Let's take a look at the West Virginia batting order, brought to you by Capital One. We talked about Jimmy Janicki, and right there with him, Gavin Kelly, a premium draft prospect for next year.
Yeah, Gavin Kelly, right-handed hitter. His identity is, look, you look at the best hitter in the lineup, usually in the 2 spot. That's where West Virginia has him, and they want to make sure that if they get into the last inning, Gavin Kelly will be a part of a big inning for them.
And that West Virginia offense will face Cooper Ellingworth, the junior right-handed pitcher, making his 30th appearance of the year, but only his 3rd start of the year. So not many starts under his belt. 52 2/3, 56 strikeouts. He can certainly strike you out, but it's all about the misses. He's allowed 10 home runs in just 52 innings of work. They tell us he's really good when he's on, but when he misses, it tends to go a long way. Not a ton of win here so far at the Chuck today, but he's a guy that when he's right, he can really get you out, but when he makes some mistakes, it tends to get barreled up.
Elimination game on day 5. Winner moves on to play tomorrow, 2 Eastern against North Carolina. You mentioned conditions. You guys want to take a home run guess in this game? It was so successful when we played this game yesterday. How many home runs combined in this game?
Let's see. Who won the other day?
No one won.
Well, who came closer?
You came closer.
Okay, I won.
Your prediction was 5 home runs. We had 6. 8. We had 6. No one won.
I'm going 4. I'm going 4 today.
I'm taking the under.
Call it 3.
I'll say 2.
Armani Guzman leads off. He has 1 this year. 90 for ball 1 from Cooper Ellingworth. How fun has Armani Guzman been? He had that straight steal of home in the bottom of the 1st inning when these teams met on Friday. Said it was the first time he had ever done it in a game. Said he had done it in scrimmages, inter squads in the fall and in the spring before.
He plays fast, and Troy has to be ready if he does get on base for anything. It could be a secondary type of steal, a delay steal.
Rolls one into right field, a base hit. And Armani Guzman is on with all of that speed.
All of that speed, 39 stolen bases coming into this game. He is looking for 40. I'll tell you that right now. And getting on base, it could be quick that he gets it. Let's see how Ellingworth is able to hold and mix his pitches on the way home.
Yeah, this matchup could very well favor West Virginia. And the reason I say that, Ellingworth typically throws about 65% fastballs. If you look at what West Virginia has done against hard stuff this year, they're hitting 337 against hard stuff, fastballs and cutters. And so they're a team, and you start to spin them a little bit, and the batting average goes down to 267. So will he pitch a little bit differently today than what he typically does?
Man aboard for Gavin Kelly. Far and away the best bat for West Virginia. Sophomore from Pittsburgh. His 2nd game at second base. He caught game 2 for West Virginia here on Sunday against North Carolina. 1 for 8 here so far with a single against the Tar Heels. Two different positions for a guy in Gavin Kelly, who's a middle infielder coming up. He really could play shortstop for this team, Steve Sabins was telling us. But they didn't want to bounce back and forth with who was playing shortstop every single day. They wanted one guy. And so Kelly, if he wasn't going to catch every day, it made more sense to have him also play second.
Really quick bat in and out of the zone. Okay, that's his A move right there, and that's what Armani Guzman wanted to see. Saw 2 mediocre moves already, but that last one, quicker feet. Love the positioning where he's at. He's in the back part of the bag, giving himself an opportunity to tag that bag with his right arm extended in the back part.
Ellingworth doing a pretty good job right now. He's not a big guy. Only 5'11" is Ellingworth. So it doesn't take him very long to get that ball to home plate. If you watch him, it's a little bit of a slide step. So he's going to give Janicki an opportunity if Guzman decides to run.
The 1-2 to the plate. That's pretty quick.
Yes.
And the way he's mixing up right now, the looks, the timing.
1-2 is from the time he lifts his leg until releases the ball.
Yeah. His
until the
first
ball gets to
movement.
the mitt.
His very first movement.
1-2 pitch is flared foul by Kelly.
You know, and every first base coach, and you can look at West Virginia's first base coach, Jacob Garcia over there, they all got a stopwatch in their hand, and that's what they're doing. They're starting that stopwatch, and they're giving info to the base runner, which is Guzman here, how fast he is to home plate. And typically, if it's a 1.35 or higher, it's normally a green light. And somebody like Guzman might be able to get there in a 1.3. Pretty big lead.
1-2. Curls outside.
We got 3-2, right?
In terms of pitch mix for Cooper Ellingworth, his breaking ball has been good. It's also been bad at times. And then recently, he's throwing a ton more changeups, even right on right, which he really hadn't done all season. 2-2. And there's a right on right changeup. And Kelly thinks he struck out.
I caught it.
Janicki, you can hear him saying he caught it.
I caught the ball, he said.
I think it was a foul tip, and then did Jimmy Janicki catch it or not? Let's see.
He trapped it.
Definitely a foul, and he trapped it.
Yeah.
We have Scott Klein with us. Scott, does that qualify as catching a foul tip when you trap it on your body?
Yeah, it went straight to the catcher's body. Doesn't have to hit his glove. And they're going to come out with a catch here.
Scott, can you remember seeing a lot of those before?
No, I haven't. Matter of fact, that may be the first one I've ever seen.
Me too. That's incredible. How about honest Gavin Kelly, too? He knew it. Fellow catcher giving some credit to Jimmy Janicki.
Wait.
And now some discussion about it. Steve Sabins in discussion with the third base umpire, Derek Malika. Here it is from Brandon Cooper, the home plate umpire.
Oh, that's why he asked for help right there. Can't see it. Need help from the umpires on the bases.
That might be the best use ever of UmpCam. So after all of that, guys, 1 on 1 out for the 3-hitter Paul Schoenfeld, and Guzman still a threat to run at first. Paul Schoenfeld, a 5th-year senior, transfer from Division II Colorado Mesa. Second team Big 12, came here second on the team at OPS. Guzman runs, Janicki throws, and not going to get him.
And that's 40. 40 right there. You have to be perfect to be able to get Guzman. The throw has to be on the first base side of the bag at second. It is not. He stays down low, and then he rises up and then takes a nice dive to the outside part of the bag, through the bag with the mitt.
And it really wasn't even close. And that's 40 for 44 on the year for Guzman.
He's just a super athlete. 5th Big 12 player to hit 40 steals.
Sabins told me before the game he knew Guzman was different. His freshman year, they were in a super regional, and he put him into a game as a pinch runner. It was the first time he'd ever pinch run in his collegiate career, and he stole a base on his own, no call from the bench. And he said that took serious guts. You add that with the speed, that's a special talent out there on the base pass, guys.
Yeah, it's just kind of that big game, aggressive, confident performer with incredible instincts. It's outside. 3-1 from Cooper Ellingworth to Paul Schoenfeld.
Yeah, it's going to be a green light here. And again, Ellingworth throws typically a lot of fastballs, 65% fastballs. West Virginia, a very good fastball hitting team.
3-1. Fouled away. Well, no steal bigger this year than Armani Guzman on Friday in the first inning.
A heck of a jump. Third base, he goes. This only works with a left-handed pitcher on the mound. He's not even pitching from the windup. He was from the stretch. Ends up getting the stolen base. Good job just going right through that home plate area.
Cooper Ellingworth's 3-2. Leaks outside and 2 aboard for West Virginia.
West Virginia's been a pretty good hitting team this year with runners in scoring position. Matter of fact, they came in hitting 300 on the season with runners in scoring position. But here in Omaha in 2 games, only 3 for 18. They've struggled a little bit in that department.
And they only had 2 runs Sunday against North Carolina. They had 8 hits in that game, but they were all singles. So can they get the big hit with runners in scoring position, and can they have a big blow too? Here's the senior DH Sean Smith. Got a hanger that backed up to start. Sean Smith, honorable mention Big 12. He swung a good bat here Friday against Troy. Couple hits, including a rocket home run that left his bat at 109 miles an hour to the pull side. He walked and singled on Sunday against Carolina. A 1. Hit well, center field. Steve Meyer goes back into the gap, and Meyer runs it down. Guzman tags and moves up 90, and Steve Meyer in the lineup with a bad knee, able to track that down.
It's a nice job of being able to run it down, and that was the big question mark. They did not know when the sun came up today if Meyer was going to be able to be in center field or not. They tested it during batting practice. He continued to take infield, and so far so good early on.
Yeah, you can tell it's still a little bit tender, but he looks a lot better today than what he did a couple days ago.
2 outs, and they're at the corners for Matt Gravlin, catcher in the 5 spot. Gravlin, the transfer from Ohio State, spent 3 years with the Buckeyes. Between both schools, a 4-year starter. 2 singles here plus a walk in 2 games. That's the good version of the breaking ball that Skyler Meade wanted to see.
And I'm telling you, he's going to need it today. Ellingworth is going to need the breaking ball. 2 different breaking balls, a curveball and a slider. The odd thing is they're hitting 417 off the curveball, but it's kind of big time swing and miss, which goes to the point of when he's good, he's really good. When he makes mistakes, it tends to get barreled up. But that curveball of his, a 41% swing and miss. D1 average is just 31%.
The key is, Skyler Meade said to us, can he stack breaking balls? So he just ripped the good one, but can he put one after another? I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good little slider.
Skyler Meade said to us, this guy's the king of a nasty one, and then maybe one that isn't quite as sharp.
It's just about consistency. I mean, that's where we're all trying to get when we're on the bump, and at home plate hitting as well. Can you be consistent? Can you duplicate your mechanics? And that's 3 pretty good ones in a row.
If I'm Troy, I have to be careful with any trickery right now that West Virginia could try to pull with the speed of Guzman at third base. Maybe a double steal, maybe a shuffle at first base to try to get picked off.
Show and feel over at first. Now he can run too. He's got 24 stolen bases.
And he takes off and will get second without a throw.
That's a good play. They understand Matthew Graveline hits lefties a lot better than righties. A lot of swing and miss there. Focus on the hitter. Now you have runners at second and third. No reason to throw it and allow Guzman to come in easy if you attempt to try to get him out at second.
2-2. Just missed in. Wow.
That's one of those ones where the catcher set up on the outside part of the plate, and that ball very well might have been a strike. But because Janicki had to reach all the way across home plate, a lot of times you don't get that call.
Graveline was sitting slider on that one.
2 on, 2 out, first inning. 3-2. Popped up foul.
And that's the thing about pitches. Even though you may miss a spot, it sets up the next pitch. So he was trying to go away with that fastball, but he ran it in. But that because he ran a fastball in, it set up the breaking ball away. And so even when you miss your spot, sometimes it's a purpose pitch to set up the next pitch.
Cooper Ellingworth's 3-2. And on the hands.
That's where Graveline wants it. He really crushes the sinkers. You have to stay middle away, maybe go right back to that slider and see if you can get that swing and miss. Will Troy go to the changeup? It's a pitch they've used a lot, righty on righty.
Another payoff.
Yes,
Got him looking with a heater. And Cooper Ellingworth dodges danger.
That little backdoor two-seamer right there by Ellingworth. Starts it off the outside edge, and watch this thing just creep right back over the outside part of the plate. And Graveline caught looking on that one. Ellingworth gets out of a jam. Troy looking to score first in this one.
Troy has already won one elimination game. 12-8 on Sunday, and now they run it back. Their batting order brought to you by Capital One. And how would you love to have that kind of production from your 7-hitter, Sean Darnell?
How about Darnell and what he's been able to do? You look at hitting it right in front of Boroff, who's getting a lot of the attention. It's Darnell, 3 for 3, using the entire field, also with the home run. Bottom of the order for Troy. Very dangerous. There's no break and let up in this lineup.
And that Troy offense will face the junior right-hander, Dawson Montessa, making his 19th appearance, his 15th start of the year. It's a big arm. Fastball's going to average 95. It'll tick up even higher than that. And boy, he likes to throw that fastball at the top of the zone. It's got a lot of ride to it. His best off-speed pitch is the curveball, his best swing and miss pitch, and he really used the slider a lot more the second half of the season. The pitch that he worked really hard on has become a real weapon for him the second half of the season.
He is super athletic. Transfer from Division II Adelphi University on Long Island, where he was an All-American.
Yeah, he set the program record last year at Adelphi. 105 strikeouts and a very good ERA, 1.99.
His 1-0 to Aaron Piasecki. Knee-high strike at 94 to the shortstop, Central Michigan transfer. First team Sun Belt, who had a couple hits in that comeback win we showed you on Sunday against Ole Miss.
Yes, he did.
They were down 6-2 to the 5th inning on Sunday against the Rebels, and they stormed back. 4 runs in the 7th, 3 runs in the 8th, and they got a heck of a pitching performance from Noah Thigpen to allow time for that offense to get in gear.
Guys, Piasecki this season striking out only 24 times, 39 walks. This guy is an on-base machine, really good eye, and that splitter that he threw him on the second pitch got him a little bit off balance. Got to keep an eye on that pitch all afternoon.
Chopper foul. Oh, Skyler Meade with the pump fake in the third base coach's box.
Shaking out that left arm of his.
On a reconstructed shoulder from many years ago. Wouldn't it be nice to have as much energy as Skyler Meade has?
Oh, man.
1-2. Flicked into left. Lumsden toward the line. Nicely done by the veteran left fielder.
How about the scouting report on that one? Left fielder right there, exactly where he's supposed to be. Lumsden getting a good jump, understanding the foul territory of this ballpark, playing in a little bit with 2 strikes.
Pitch him away, play him away.
Brings up the 5th-year senior Josh Pine, and he might be fresh out of the restroom. He said after the game on Sunday that twice he was in the restroom when his teammates hit home runs. And so he said to Alyssa Lang and our studio crew, I think the team's going to make me sit in the bathroom for the rest of the games here when I'm not hitting. It was good luck for Jimmy Janicki's home run and Blake Cabell's home run. A couple guys who follow him in the lineup. There's Blake Cabell. .2-0 from Dawson Montessa is yanked outside.
Montessa had 2 appearances in the Gainesville Regional, or I'm sorry, in the Morgantown Regional. Remember, he started through 122 pitches, and the very next day came in relief.
Yeah, came back with 11 pitches in that 10-inning affair against Kentucky after he'd gone 7 1/3 the day before, and he got him 2 outs. coaching staff was telling us it was heroic from Dawson Montessa, who basically fought everyone in the West Virginia building to get on the mound.
Well, we'll see relievers throw back-to-back days or maybe 3 in a row, but for a starter to give you 122 pitches and then come right back the next day, that's big time.
Now Blake Cavell, senior from Australia. The rare guy who got to do a post-game interview with Taylor McGregor despite a 4-strikeout day at the plate. But he hit a key home run in that game. Oppo, like we said, in the 8th inning on Sunday. And he's perhaps the best personality in the field. Ball and a strike on Cavell.
Precious fastball, struggles with anything that has movement. That's why they started him off with that curveball. They went straight back to the heater right after.
Gravelin handcuffed. It doesn't affect Pine.
Tell you what we're seeing already from Montessa is a lot of split finger fastballs, and it's a pitch that really, talk about that start that he had in the regional. He threw 36 splitters in that start. He'd only thrown a total of 54 splitters the entire season before that. You can already see so far today he's throwing that splitter a lot. That's the good breaking ball there.
That's that big downer, and it actually measures as the singular curveball that has the most depth of any of the pitchers on the 8 teams here in this
and
field.
It's late too because of the spin rate. Spin rate is 2,650 on that breaking ball. And what does that mean? That means it's a tight spin, hard for the hitter to pick up the spin, and it's got late break to it. Average big league curveball spins around 2,550, 2,600, so he's above that.
He hasn't been totally sharp with his command so far. 3-2 to Blake Cavell. Up the ladder, hung on to the throw down to second. The tag not in time on Josh Pine.
Well, they mixed it in. They never showed him the same pitch twice back to back. This time elevating the fastball. Cavell ends up foul tipping it. Now first base open for probably, you would say, their best hitter in their lineup, their most consistent hitter, all in all.
Maybe the best hitter in the event so far, Jimmy Janicki. Inside to start for a guy who has mashed here. 2 hits Friday against West Virginia. Oppo double and a home run. He crushed 430 feet.
Yeah, Janicki's a reverse splits guy. In other words, he hits right-handed pitching better than he does lefties. He's hitting 360 on the year versus right-handed pitching.
On the ground sharply, Matt Einish stabs. Inning over. Nicely done by Dawson Montessa. Settling in. Scoreless through 1 in this elimination game. That's not going to get old. I promise you that. 6, 7, and 8 for West Virginia after scoreless first. Matt Einish leads off against Cooper Ellingworth. Einish, the Michigan native, Ohio transfer. Very patient. He's got the most walks on the team. Chases the second least in all the Big 12 and swings and misses the second least in the conference too.
And he's like a second leadoff hitter, hitting in the middle of the lineup. Guy that, as you said, will take a lot of pitches, doesn't chase out of the zone.
What did you say the other day? A leadoff hitter disguised as a 6-hitter?
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. And you end that lineup and at least now in the top half of the second inning, you have a guy that'll make your pitcher work. And wouldn't be surprised if he takes here 3-1 as well.
After a 25-pitch first inning for Cooper Ellingworth. 3-1. He does take. It's down, and it's the second walk issued by Ellingworth. Ellingworth, the transfer from South Carolina upstate. Pitched a lot there in 2 years. I mean, this is a guy who's experienced. He's got more than 150 innings in his career.
Yeah, a lot of experience, but most of that experience is out of the bullpen. UC Upstate his freshman year, 23 appearances, only 3 starts, and in 23 appearances his second year there, only 4 starts. So not a lot of experience with starting, but a lot of experience on the mound.
Brody Kresser cues one behind the second base bag, and Aaron Piasekki's got it for the first out. Kresser had one of those real costly errors for West Virginia on Sunday. They got a rare error from Tyrus Hall over at third, and another error from Kresser on what might have been a double play ball in that 7th inning. North Carolina scored 3 unearned runs in that 5-2 win for the Heels. Ben Lumsden now in the 8th spot. Native of Simpsonville, South Carolina. He's a cool story. He's the answer to the trivia question in West Virginia program history: who has the most career postseason RBIs? It's your 8-hitter Ben Lumsden with more than 20 of them. He just never really could stick in the lineup over the last 3 years. In and out, a lot of talent, but hadn't put it together. And then Steve Sabins said to us about 5 weeks ago, it kind of clicked for Lumsden. Hey, I might not be playing pro ball in the future. I got nothing to lose. Let's just go enjoy this. And he's been great.
So far for Ellingworth, a lot of arm side miss. And then you look at Lumsden, his bat path, he could hit it the other way without a problem. You got the shift on. Big hole to the left side of the field.
Wow, how about that? A good little change up. This is a very good offense for West Virginia, man. They hit with 2 strikes. And the best team in this field hitting with 2 strikes, hitting with 2 outs.
One, two. Lumsden strikes out. Really good changeup again, and there's 2 away.
That thing just exploded left to right by Ellingworth. Changeup he uses about 12% of the time, and that's the circle change. What a look at that. You see how he pronates that ball, just kind of rips it over, and when you rip it over with that kind of spin path to it, it's going to kind of ooze left to right, and he starts it right on the outside edge and works it off the corner for a strikeout. His 3rd strikeout of the day.
Have to be careful here on the first pitch to Tyrus Hall.
He was hunting.
Yeah, all intentions. Went with a breaking pitch. Caught him out front, tried to hold it. Could not.
Well, Hall was the star the other day when these 2 teams hooked up out of that 9-hole. He drove in 4 runs, a 2-for-3 day with 4 RBIs.
He smoked the 2-run double in the 2nd, and then chopped the 2-run single in the 8th. And he sends this one into right field for a base hit. 2-out single. Tyrus Hall again out of the 9th spot, and 2 aboard for West Virginia.
Same pitch, sees it, makes the adjustment, and then sits on it. Bottom half, really good control to allow the ball to travel and just go the other way with it. Pitch stayed up. That's the way to get on base, roll over the lineup for Guzman.
2 on, just like in the 1st inning for number 16 West Virginia. Guzman singled to right his first time to begin the game. First pitch, Trickler. He can really run. Sean Darnell's got to hurry and got rid of it in time. Inning over. So West Virginia has stranded 4 first 2 frames. Win or go home. And so for a 5th-year senior in Steve Meyer, he was not going to miss this game. Although, here's what happened the other day. 2 days ago in the 5th inning, running down a ball against Ole Miss in right center. He hurt his right knee and then eventually had to come out of this game because he just couldn't go fully.
Yeah, he gave it everything he had. You know, and that's one you never want to come out of the game ever. And this kid's very, very Meyer, very competitive, especially here at the College World Series. But he just couldn't go. Now, he looks a lot better to me today than what he did the other day.
It's amazing how a young body can recoup quicker than us salty veterans.
Let's check in with Taylor.
Exactly, to your point, guys. No, but I asked athletic trainers about what they had to do, and they said, honestly, he's such a tough kid. We didn't really have to do anything outside the norm, but they said, we did opt for just tape instead of a brace. A brace can be a bit restrictive, so they do have tape on that right knee today.
Amber McNulty is the trainer for Troy. She's been busy. They got some pitchers who were dinged up, and Steve Meyer.
Yeah, veteran pitchers. She gets them ready, though.
Well, and the truth is this, after what, 60, 70 games, there's nobody that's 100% right now. Everybody's a little bit nicked up.
Are you 100%, Ben?
Never. When I was 12, I was. Not since then.
Last foul. 2-2 from Dawson Montessa.
You see, Montessa's got that ride to his fastball. And so he likes to throw the fastball top part of the strike zone and then that big overhand curveball behind it. That's what he typically does best. Now, he's been leaning a lot on the splitter, too, today.
He's one of the 5 hardest throwers in the Big 12. Ooh, just off the edge with the backdoor curve.
He wanted it, too. Pitch was outside. Good call.
Man, it's a real arm for a guy who came in from D2 Adelphi University on Long Island.
And there's more that body can handle when it comes to weight, and he's only going to get better and better and stronger. So look for more velocity from Montessa as he continues to grow.
Wow. That's confidence in that breaking ball right there. 3-2 pitch. He just bends that breaking ball in there.
I mean, look at this. His freshman year, guys, at Adelphi, an ERA in the 7s. And now he's pitching in the College World Series.
That's figuring it out.
Another 3-2. Oh, locks up Steve Meyer. That is filthy.
Come on now. How about spin them if you got them? Dawson Montessa, you can't throw a 3-2 breaking ball, folks, any better than that right there. Just locks him up to the backside.
And one away. Hey, for the latest news, insight, and in-depth analysis from the Men's College World Series, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all NCAA championships. Now Drew Nelson. Splitter for strike one. It's really cool how West Virginia found Dawson Montessa. They had heard from a scout that there was this kid at Adelphi throwing 92 to 94 and hitting 95 occasionally, but Adelphi didn't even have any video that West Virginia could watch of Dawson Montessa. They didn't have TrackMan or Synergy, so there were no numbers that they could look at either. But Steve Sabins and his staff got word from those scouts, and Steve Sabins said to us this morning, because of that, it was kind of like the ghost of Dawson Montessa for a while.
Yeah, it's very rare with all the games being on TV and the digital stuff that goes on that a kid can halfway hide sometimes in places, but he clearly was hiding. And they found him, got him over to campus, and I tell you what, for a number 3 starter in your rotation, a guy that can take up to 97 miles an hour, that's pretty special.
And there's a lot of schools that just cannot afford all that technology as well. And when you can't afford it, that's how you're able to sneak through the cracks. A lot of universities depend on all that data.
1-2 to Nelson. Strike 3 called, top of the zone, and it clipped the edge.
Well, Montessa now, he's starting to go north to south a little bit here. Breaking balls down, fastballs up. That's typically what he likes to do. After a really good breaking ball in the same window, that old 4-seam fastball, and I mean top shelf. And back-to-back hitters caught looking. Meyer on a curveball, Nelson on a 4-seam fastball.
If he dominates up there, think about in the 80s when Doc Gooden used to have that fastball up in the zone, and then you used to throw that 12-6 curveball really hard to pick up.
It works, man. And with the spin rates make it go. I mean, obviously, hitters hit off a spin, right? And when you got a high spin rate fastball, even though it's spinning totally different than what a fastball spins, a hitter has a hard time picking it up because the spin rate is so quick. It just looks like a red fuzz coming.
I mean, you can see the buckles even on takes for a ball like that from Sean Darnell. Darnell 3 for 3 against Ole Miss Sunday. 2-run home run that he pumped 416 feet early in that game. Had a 2-run single in the 5th, another single in the 8th, plus a walk. And for good measure, he got hit by a pitch. First player from the bottom 3rd in the lineup to get aboard 5 times in a game at the Men's College World Series since 2009. Just misses in, 4-pitch walk. to Sean Darnell.
Pretty tight zone so far. Brandon Cooper, home plate umpire.
So 2 walks from Dawson Montessa, and those are the only 2 base runners to this point for the Trojans. And here's one of the hottest bats in the country, Jabe Boroff.
And a really good fastball hitter at that. If you're going to throw the fastball, you have to elevate against Jabe. If not, start throwing Uncle Charlie a little bit more. There it is right there. That's the pitch that he cannot handle because the velocity is in there as well. I would say 94 plus against Jabe, and then you can start throwing and spinning that curveball.
Yeah. Typically high fastball, breaking ball behind it.
And it gets a pop-up from the guy nicknamed Jabe Ruth. Paul Schoenfeld from center puts it away. Hitting over. Scoreless through 2. Who's going to stick around another day at the Men's College World Series?
Welcome back to Omaha as Gavin Kelly steps into the batter's box. Gavin Kelly, a guy who's very vocal about working on the mental side of his game. His dad, Jeff, has a degree in sports psychology and has really helped Gavin deal with the failures of this game. He said after bad things happen, so for example, striking out in the first inning, he's taught me to teach myself 10 affirmations. So in his head, he'll go over 10 different things. For example, I belong here. I'm good at this. I love this sport. He'll go over those in his mind. That's how he stays locked in, and it's really helped him to be the best hitter in West Virginia this season.
Well, he's got another hit right on cue, Taylor. And that tracks with everything we heard from Steve Sabins, who said to us that Gavin Kelly has this deep-seated belief, like J.J. Weatherholt, that Gavin Kelly can be the best in the world and is going to be a big leaguer.
I just want to know the 10 affirmations that Big Ben gives before the games as well. This is a really good first pitch. Slider stays up, and he's able to get on base with 1 swing.
Well, West Virginia's done it. I mean, all 3 leadoff hitters so far have reached. Yet to push across a run.
I will say that this slider is dirtier than a Bourbon Street martini. That's at least one of the 10 affirmations.
We could come up with a top 10.
My hair will be perfect, like it is every day. Paul Schoenfeld takes down 2-0 from Cooper Ellingworth, who has danced around traffic early. Paul Schoenfeld had the dramatic regional home run in Game 6 a couple weekends ago in Morgantown to keep West Virginia alive. It earned him another game the next night against Kentucky. That was a winner-take-all that West Virginia walked off with Armani Guzman. Schoenfeld had that big swing the day before. He told us he blacked out, and he remembers getting to the dugout, and he saw his father, Greg. They looked at each other, and they both started crying. One of the biggest moments of Paul Schoenfeld's life. Paul told us he had to turn off his phone. He was hearing from so many people he hadn't heard from before. And then, yes, he did respond to everyone by the time they got out here. 3-1. Schoenfeld sharply on the ground, right at the shortstop. Piasecki in the shift on a hop near his head.
Did you see that ball come up?
That's a heck of a play right there by Piasecki. Great reaction, and oh, by the way, realizing that he had to go to first after it. But it all starts because you stay down on it, and it's easier fielding to go up than it is to go down. Watch this last hop right. It hits the seams between the grass and dirt.
Boy, he wanted to go to second right here, but there's nobody there, obviously, with the shift on, so has to take the out over it first.
So Kelly's in scoring position for Sean Smith, cleanup man and DH, who flew to center sharply his first time. Fifth-year senior. Cuts through that slider. I'd say overall the Cooper Ellingworth breaking ball's been.
He's keeping it down. And that's the key to it.
Skyler Meade had told us the other day with Ellingworth that they were going to use him as what they called a float starter. Maybe come on in relief over the course of their first few games, or maybe doing what he's doing today, get a start here. Right on right with a changeup. Skyler Meade doubles as the pitching coach for Troy.
Play.
1-2. No chase from Smith. A few of those changeups from Ellingworth, and that's been the new pitch for him. Broke that out in the regional in Gainesville against Florida and threw 30% changeups, the most he had done all season. 2-2. In on the hands, foul.
Yeah, had some arm side run to it. 2 strikes you have to be able to protect.
And then how about right on right changeups, something that we've been talking about over the course of our 5 days here.
And they just started throwing a lot more of them in the regionals, and it seems to work, and the confidence and execution has been on point for their staff.
2-2. Non-competitive full count.
A lot of times you throw it 2-2, you come right back with it 3-2 because you know where your miss was, and typically you know how to correct it. Let's see if he goes to the 3-2 slider here.
Roped foul.
Maybe you should have.
After that swing, if you're reading bats, slider's a pitch here. I mean, the scout report tells you one thing and how you want to pitch, but the bat tells you a different story. And sometimes you have to pivot depending on what you're seeing with the bat.
The 8th pitch of the plate appearance on the way. Smith strikes out with a change piece.
Nice.
As a hitter, you just do not think about it. You're looking fastball, slider. You recognize the arm and you're thinking, okay, this thing is coming straight with velo. Great job in selling it with the arm speed. And then the circle change just seemed to work right there on Smith.
And I loved how he threw fastball in the pitch before that, and then right out of the same window, out of the same spot, he takes about 10 miles an hour off and gets the swing and the miss that he's looking for.
It's the best pitch, the most challenging pitch for a hitter if it's executed just like that.
Cooper Ellingworth has handled traffic throughout the start of this game. 2 outs again in the 3rd as he faces Matt Gravlin, who ran it full his first time before he struck out looking on a heater. Gravlin's made some adjustments the last 3 weeks. He's kind of figured out how to hit inside the ball. Things have clicked for Gravlin working with Jed Jerko. One. Good block by Janicki.
Well, we talked about early in this ball game and right before it started, would Ellingworth pivot a little bit what he's done all year long as far as the usage. And all year long it's been 65% fastballs, but it feels like today it's a lot more off-speed pitches. And again, if you're doing a scout report on West Virginia, they pound velocity.
Two-one. Pulled down the line in left by Gravlin, and this bangs off the wall. West Virginia strikes first in this elimination game.
On the books and by the numbers, a really good sinker ball hitter. This ball running in stays up and is able to bring the hands in. If you remember the first at bat, he strikes out looking on a pitch up in the zone. They try to elevate. He meets them at the front door and is able to keep it fair. West Virginia taking an early lead in this one.
Well, is that a beautiful move to the baseball, too? I mean, he got his hands in so tight to his body to get the barrel to it. And that's that big base hit West Virginia's been looking for. Runners in score position. They've struggled a little bit here in Omaha.
So Gravelin puts West Virginia on top, and they're the best team in the country this year when they score first. Now Matt Einish, who walked his first time. Ball and a strike from Cooper Ellingworth.
Well, I'll tell you who has not gotten that memo, and that's Troy. They know how to come from behind. They did it in the last game. One run will not cut it in this one.
Yeah, they were down 6-2 going to the 5th on Sunday against Ole Miss. Came back to win 12-8. Taylor asked Blake Cavell, what were you guys thinking going to the 5th? And he said that we had 5 more innings left.
And he was right.
That's how the math works. 2-1. That's down. 3-1 on the ever-patient Einish.
And last time up, I said 3-1. He's taking. He was leading off. Now there are 2 outs. If he sees a cookie right down the middle, he has to be aggressive. Try to hit it right back where it came from.
That leaks. Third walk from Cooper Ellingworth. 60+ pitches. This will get a visit from Skyler Meade. And next week on Monday, right here on ESPN, we've got more Major League Baseball for you. The Braves are in San Diego to square off with the Padres, who are second in the NL West behind the Dodgers. It's at 10 o'clock Eastern. The Braves have baseball's best record. You can also watch it on the ESPN app. You going to be there?
I'll be there.
What do you got so far on the Braves and why they've been so good?
I'll tell you what, a lot of people did not think they were going to be that good starting the season with all the injuries, but they have turned it around. Starting off hot. The offense has worked.
For West Virginia's offense, 1 run so far. 2 more on. 2 out, and Brody Kresser in the 7th spot. Ooh, slider called a strike. Kresser popped to short his first time. 5th-year senior from Jessup, Iowa, about 3 or 4 hours northeast of here. Ellingworth looked like he slipped. The 1-1. That's down and away. 2-1 on Brody Kresser. Light tossing in the bullpen has begun for Dylan Alonzo. Skyler Meade told us this morning would definitely follow Cooper Ellingworth regardless of what inning it is. Swing and a miss. Right on right change. 2-2.
That pitch has been really effective for Troy this entire postseason. Right on right, you're looking dead red, number 1. Great call from the bench.
2 on, 2 out. 2-2. That's down. Cooper Ellingworth ready. 3-2 to Kresser. It hits him, and the bases are loaded.
That's got to hurt. Hit him right around the kneecap.
And a decision here for Skyler Meade. Does he go and get him right now with the bases loaded and 2 out? Or does he give him 1 more batter?
I don't know if Alonzo's ready, though.
I give him 1 more batter. Last time he struck him out, it was the changeup that worked.
Ben Lumsden's the batter. Senior who's been clutch in the postseason, and another changeup to start.
Yeah, hasn't been able to make the adjustment. That's the third consecutive changeup that Lumsden has seen. Going back to the last at-bat.
0-1. This one caroms away. Runner bolts to the plate and scores. Matt Gravlin aggressive. 2-zip Mountaineers.
Love that read right there. And Eddie, you know this. I mean, a good base runner, you don't have to be fast. It's about reaction time and about being on the balls of your feet when the ball crosses home plate if you're third base. And you see that ball kick away. And how far does this ball get away from the catcher, Janicki? What, about 10 feet maybe? But because of a good read, he comes in and scores easily.
How many catchers do you see do that? Scoring from third, anticipating and understanding that the ball goes to the right, there's no chance most likely that you're going to be able to get back.
I mean, most guys don't score on that pitch right there.
That's heads up base running. That wins championships.
Now second and third with Einish and Kresser moving up. Another changeup.
Ellingworth has totally pivoted from what he's done all year long. I mean, it has been heavy off-speed pitches in this ball game. Again, he typically throws 65% fastballs, but he is nowhere near that today.
1-2. Lumsden floats one down the line, foul.
I think it's time to elevate a fastball just out of the zone, just to take him off that chain. That's 6 consecutive going back to his last at-bat.
Or do you trust that heater a little bit up and in, maybe? Then maybe he could set up the change up the next pitch. If you don't get the swing and a miss,
just
you won't.
show him a little velo. I don't need him to swing.
See, he goes to that change-up grip right away.
1-2. He leaks up and away. So you haven't really set up anything off of that, right?
No. And I've not seen many fastballs, period, and hardly any fastballs to the inside part of the plate. So if you're West Virginia, you're hitting right now, toes up on the plate, looking middle away. And respecting the changeup because he's thrown a lot of changeups.
Einish drifting down the line. This is popped up. Short left field. Drew Nelson ends the inning. But West Virginia gets 2. Matt Gravlin with an RBI double and then an aggressive third ball read. Team Mac with Skyler Meade next.
Welcome back here to Omaha. Joined now with Troy head coach Skyler Meade. What are the conversations you're having right now about Ellingworth?
Well, I was the off speed's okay. The fastball's missing arm side. He's a carry guy, and he's throwing 88, 89. So we're just trying to get him his mojo going. We'll have a decision to make here in a sec what we're going to do, but certainly a lot of chaos. I mean, we're lucky, honestly, to kind of navigate through. Wish that second run didn't score there, but I actually credit, West Virginia, they're so good on the bases. That was just an excellent job of seeing down angle and getting in there.
During the Ole Miss game, I saw you challenge your group mid-game. They responded. How did you challenge them coming into the game today? You know what?
We just usually don't get got twice, if you will. I know that's not proper English, but West Virginia, we know is such a challenge, but our job's to flip script, and we're competing well. We're gonna figure this thing out on this starter, who's obviously got a very good arm. We just got to attack the zone. We can't give freebies when they're on the offensive side.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Mike?
Taylor, thank you. Skyler Meade. Guys, I got a look-alike for you on Skyler Meade.
What you got?
You watch Succession?
Wow.
Kendall Roy?
There we go.
Jeremy Strong? What do you think?
No.
What?
No, because I did watch Succession.
You must not have watched closely.
Didn't have his glasses on.
Anyway, I'm going with it. Isn't that a great job with Troy this year? Year 5, 39 wins this season. They were one of the last 4 teams into the NCAA tournament. 9-1-2 against Dawson Montessa. It sounds like Troy has a pitching decision that they're about to make with Ellingworth or Dylan Alonzo on in relief. 2-1 to Houston Markham.
There's some life on that fastball. It's been staying in the upper quadrant, but when you see a hitter on a 2-0 count foul the ball off the other way, you know there's a little bit more giddy up than the hitter thinks.
And he's under it too, because that fastball's got that carry to it. Well, when you can throw that out of the same window, typically it is money.
Gravlin runs it down on the pop from Markham.
We talk about induced vertical break, right? And big league average on induced vertical break right around 16.5 inches, 17. That means the ball's just kind of staying on plane. When you look at Montessa, he's up to 18.5, 19 inches of induced vertical break. And what does that mean? It basically means the ball is just staying on plane through the strike zone. And it's what we talked about the other day. If you're a hitter and you know a pitcher's got that kind of fastball, you got to fight hard to get to the top of the baseball.
Pull side ground ball from Aaron Piasecki. A flip to Montessa, who went splitter to start second time through.
Yeah, showing them a different look, and it's a pitch that he's leaned on throughout the regionals and being able to get through the supers as well. A lot of confidence in it. He'll throw it to lefties mostly, but he will also throw it to righties as well.
2 outs on 6 pitches here in the last of the third. Now with a couple runs of support. And the batter's Josh Pine. Walked his first time.
Oh.
Josh was telling us the other day, you don't have to be the best team all year. He said you just have to be the best team in late May and early June. And that's
True statement.
so true of this Troy team.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish and who gets hot at the end.
You can say that about Troy. You can say that about Oklahoma as well.
Wow.
Like that curveball?
That's a real spinner right there. And I love it because it's late. And it looks like a fastball out of the hand.
Dawson Montessa's 1-2 to Pine. Poke foul. I mean, this kid Montessa is a super athlete. Steve Sabins said to us pregame today. He said, I legitimately think he could play shortstop for us. And he said he could be a wide receiver in college football. He's that athletic. 1-2. Pine strikes out, and there's that induced vertical break you talked about.
Yeah, that's what you call a top shelf heater right there. And if you stand in the batter's box on that one and you go after it, good luck. A lot of velocity, a lot of spin rate to it, and right up where it plays the best. Dawson Montessa, folks, he is doing it right now. That's what you call a top shelf heater, and a swing and a miss to get the Mountaineers off the field with a 2-run lead.
Welcome back to Omaha, joined now by West Virginia head coach Steve Sabins. What's made Montessa so effective today?
Man, he's just attacking with all of his pitches. He's developed a few pitches at West Virginia in the last month probably, so he's got his splitter working, he's got his curveball working, he has a slider he hasn't shown too much right now, but the fastball's live and he's putting it where he wants to.
Coach Corbin's notes told you to stay true to who you are. You guys are super aggressive on the base pass. How important is that in this postseason play?
It's important, just that's the characteristic and that's our identity of our team, and so doing what we do is critical, and the guys have been really good on the bases.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Mike?
Taylor, thank you. So how about that? A couple new pitches for Dawson Montessa. Meantime, Skyler Meade had told Taylor a decision to make pitching-wise, and he does opt for Dylan Alonzo, the big righty.
Yeah, Alonzo, 4.63 ERA, making his 28th appearance of the year, 4 of which have been starts. Pretty good strikeout numbers, 46 2/3, 55 strikeouts, opponents hitting 204 off the right-hander, Alonzo. Fastball, gonna be a low 90s. He'll tick up in the mid-90s occasionally. Slider, curveball, and a little bit of a cutter as well.
Skyler Meade told us the other day that Dylan Alonzo is a big X factor for Troy here in Omaha. He said in the regional he got sped up. So he said if Dylan Alonzo can handle this stage in this moment, it can be impossible to hit.
And he hasn't pitched in 17 days. Last time he went out there, May 31st against Florida, and just threw an inning. Faced 3 batters, allowed 2 runs.
The spin for him is typically really good. And all 3 of his spin pitches, I'm talking about the cutter, the slider, and the curveball, well above average when you talk about swing and miss.
Yeah, Skyler Meade said it was the breaking balls, he said, are unworldly good. Tyrus Hall in the 9th spot sees a really sharp one. Dylan Alonzo's first year pitching for Troy. A couple years ago at Middle Tennessee, and then last year in junior college ball. Wow, that's a sword. I mean, that is biting at 87.
Pitch missed the bat by a lot, too.
Yeah, it was maybe 12 or 13 inches.
Y'all going to get me started.
1-2.
Ball.
Don't poke the bend.
There we go.
Come on.
Tyrus Hall singled his first time. Winner sticks around. They would play tomorrow afternoon 2 Eastern against North Carolina and would have to beat Carolina twice.
Ball.
Good take.
And the loser, flag, half mast. Ooh, rough here.
3-2 pitch. And Hall strikes out on a sharp curveball. One away. Well, Cooper Ellingworth got the start. What'd you guys think of Ellingworth today?
Well, I thought he pivoted from what he did best pretty much all year long. Typically, we talked about a 65% fastballs all year long, but he pivoted, man. He threw a lot of changeup and pitches. He just started throwing it. I tell you what, it was really, really good. He picked up 4 strikeouts in his 3 innings of work. Gave up 2 runs. That was the only mistake he made. Graveland got him on a fastball kind of up and in. Other than that, he was pretty good. Wild pitch cost him the other run.
Back to the top, Armani Guzman.
96.
I mean, it's real arms on the Troy pitching staff.
Yeah.
They have the hardest throwing staff in the Sun Belt. And of the 9 hardest throwers in the Sun Belt, 5 of them are on Troy. Roller right side foul. Ellingworth to start in this one after Benjamin Stubbs started the first meeting between these teams on Friday. Then Sunday, Tommy Egan went. Hayden Smith, the 3rd starter for this team, he followed in relief in that second game Sunday. Oh, 2. Up high.
I like that pitch right there, 0-2.
What does it set up now?
It sets up the breaking ball behind it. But you always go up top shelf, and maybe you get the swing and the miss that you're looking for. You change the eye level, and then you come back to the breaking ball. And again, all 3 of his breaking balls well above average spin and well above average swing and miss.
Yeah, Dylan Alonzo has the best swing and miss rate on the entire Troy pitching staff.
I can see why as well. You get that velo in the top part of the zone, and with that big break, you see him once. You don't see him a second time, so he can go out all energy and just let it snap. He can go right back to that curveball, just a little bit lower. Probably get a chase.
1-2. Did go back to it.
That's hanging in there on 2 really good breaking balls.
Go, babe. Come on.
Back-to-back breaking balls, so you think elevated heaters coming again. Slow, slow, fast, one of the best sequences in baseball.
Tried it. Dylan Alonzo ready. 2-2 to Guzman. Yeah, just out of the mid of Jimmy Janicki.
Oh, those are the ones you love as a hitter. 2 strikes, foul tip it. Pray you don't, catcher does not make a catch. Does not. You have another life here. Another pitch.
It's like you on the first tee at like 5:30 p.m. It's a breakfast ball.
Well played.
2-2. That's up high, and so more patience from West Virginia.
And that's what they've shown all season long. Look, 36 walks, 41 strikeouts coming in the game for Guzman, and it doesn't get any easier after him.
This is the guy you want to make earn his way on the base pass, because when he gets on, he's going to be moving.
Oh, wall four.
That's outside. Strike throwing can be an issue for Dylan Alonzo, and Armani Guzman outlasts him and gets aboard for Gavin Kelly, the big superstar.
And you cannot forget about Kelly with the speed of Guzman at first base. You got a big man on the mound. Guzman will probably want to take a big lead to see his move to first base. Don't expect him to be quick.
It's a big part of what West Virginia offense does, man. 119 stolen bases on the year. And it's chaos, it's constant traffic, and they will find a way to pressure up your pitcher and pressure up your defense. That's a big lead, too.
Ben, how does timing as a pitcher, not just the move, not just, you know, being at a 1-2 or whatever, how does timing and varying your holds impact base?
What happens to pitchers when you get somebody over at first base like you have Guzman, it forces you to speed up your delivery and get the ball to home plate to give your catcher a chance. And typically when you get sped up, you start to leave balls elevated up out over the plate.
He runs, Janicki throws, and it's not nearly in time.
No chance. And don't be surprised. That's 41 now on the season. Don't be surprised if 42 comes on the next pitch. Because with one out, he's going to try to get himself 90 feet from scoring. And base runners, base stealers don't like wasting any time. Great angle. Then to the back of the bag.
That's a strike. 1-1 on Gavin Kelly. Armani Guzman just put so much pressure on you. I mean, we felt him in the 3 games he's played here. Dancing at second. Kelly lays off.
It's a great job of Kelly being able to mix the times, give him an extra look. Guzman thought he had the momentum to go to third.
That's the thing with a base runner. You got to make him plant his feet. If he's inching toward the next bag, you better not throw the ball. Inside move would work. But you want to make him bury his spikes in the dirt right here.
Eddie, you asked Steve Sabins the other day what type of green light there is for Armani Guzman. Steve Sabins said sometimes they put a red light on him, otherwise he can run when he wants to.
It's time to run.
He's going. Janicki not even throwing. You said it. He swipes third too.
Needs to get there. You have the lead 2-0. You have your most chaotic runner on the bases. And now that's the 3rd stolen base of the game. Big jump and smart not to throw it. That'll force now the infield of Troy to make it. You have to make a decision.
You would think they would come in right here.
That's a lot of confidence in your offense right now.
Oh, no.
Kelly went around on a peel down to first at Jake Uhlenhop.
That's close.
That's close, but that's huge too. Huge for Dylan Alonzo. Runner at third and just 1 out. You get a check swing, call for a strike. Did he go? Yeah, I can see it. I could see that. Yep. I think that's the right call.
That's a pitcher saying, yeah, I could see that. And you know what? It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a 50-50 ball.
Got to be careful. Any ball in the dirt, expect Guzman to go.
Paul Schoenfeld fouls off the first one.
I'm interested to find out what happens with 2 strikes if the third baseman stays right with Guzman, or does he go to the shortstop position where they have with 2 strikes?
What?
I don't think you can stray too far from Guzman. 0-1. That's a strike. Well done by Dylan Alonzo.
We're about to find out right now. I would not do it, and he's
They're
going
to vacate. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But the right-handed pitcher, man, I got time to step off.
They called him back. They said, don't do it.
Boy, Janicki going to have to be big here.
Swing and a miss. Dylan Alonzo buries a curveball. And Cavill kept his foot on the bag to save a run. Wow.
Or did he? Or did he?
Steve Sabins is going to challenge this, and we will have a review as Jimmy Janicki's throw pulled Blake Cavill.
West Virginia is challenging the call of out at first base.
Looking at it live, guys, it looked like Cavill's foot came off to me.
Yeah. And the thing is, as a first baseman, when that ball is out in front like that, that left foot is on the bag, so you don't have a lot of reach. But look where Cavill's left foot is. Did he get that angle? Does not show it.
Oh, maybe he did. Maybe he, obviously he came off at the end. He definitely came off at the end, but that toe, that big toe might have been on the bag when the ball got into the glove.
Scott Klein's with us. Scott, that's probably the best look. What do you think?
Guys, this camera at first base is deadly. I got intimately familiar with it a few years ago. But I'm telling you right now, I've got ball in the back of the glove and his toe on the base.
I do too. I think you're dead on that one. That was a nice job by Cavill right there. And how about the job by Janicki too? I mean, I know the throw wasn't great, but he had to be big and block a breaking ball in the dirt. He did. And I think we're going to see this one stand.
Scott, what are these conversations like as you guys go through this process and you hear things in your ear?
It's just that. Is the ball in the back of the glove while his foot's on there? Pretty elementary conversation, to be honest with you. But it's tough. That's real tough.
The call of out is confirmed. West Virginia loses the challenge and has one remaining.
Get two, you keep it if you're successful, but Steve Sabins is not. And Blake Cavill comes up big to keep this a 2-run deficit. Skyler Meade did bring the infield in, but they keep West Virginia off the board. Careers and seasons on the line. Elimination games today. We got West Virginia and Troy going right now. And then tonight, 2 of the top 6 teams in the country, Georgia and Texas, meeting for the second time here already. With Ben McDonald, Eduardo Perez, Scott Klein, and Taylor McGregor, I'm Mike Monaco, and our whole crew with you. Good curve from Dawson Montessa to make it 1-1 on Blake Cavill. Cavill ran it full his first time and struck out on a heater from Montessa. 2-1.
That's not fair, especially in a fastball count. 2-1 count, you think you get in that fastball, and he just bends that overhand breaking ball right in there.
Two. Cavill pulls this one down to a knee.
That's the pitch that's given him headaches the entire season, and then you're looking at an elite break right here from Montessa. He's going out to go get it.
Boy, he hits that firm front side, didn't he?
Left-handed version of Adrian Beltre going to his knees. I got Uncle Charlie making an appearance here unless he goes up with that fastball.
I'll go curve also. Not that anyone asked. 3-2. It's the curve, and Cavill, Beltre's one to center at Paul Schoenfeld. One away. All right, here comes Jimmy Janicki, and we've talked about the swing change he made and how his stance is different. We went back to his very last game last season, compared it with what he's doing here.
Making adjustments, staying in his legs, and that's the one thing that he has going for him. The consistency is there. Head does not move much, and if you look at that bottom half, looks really familiar. If you're a big-time baseball fan, maybe a Cardinal fan, or even an Angels fan. And the number on his back might tell the entire story.
The suspense is killing me.
How about this right here? Just the bottom half, Albert Pujols. Different, little different angle, but when I saw the bottom half of Jimmy, that's when you're like, oh my gosh, this is Albert Pujols. and Taylor.
So when I was talking to him about the stance change, he said a lot of it is about creating angles. There was too many ground balls a year ago, 52% ground ball rate. And obviously we know slug is in the air. So the reason he went to that is to try to get the ball in the air more. And that's exactly what the result has been with that no stride, guys.
Yeah, no stride. Looking at Albert Pujols as well and his stance. And Albert created a lot of launch as well, even before the name of launch came into a fashion in baseball.
This is lashed down the right field line. That is fair into the corner. Jimmy Janicki continues to mash. 1 out. Double in the 4th.
But watch the bat path.
That path is real. And you know, and his stance to me allows him to simplify things. He's already in a hitting position. You know, there's no head movement. Watch how still his head is. His head hardly moves at all. If you talk to hitters, they'll tell you the most important thing about hitting is keeping my head still. If I can keep my head still at home plate, and the fact that he spread out allowed him to keep his head still and just let his talent work. He's in a really good hitting position. And to go up top shelves like that and just bury it opposite field to the backside, impressive.
One of the most advanced hitters I've seen in NCAA.
That dude's going to hear his name called real early in the draft. Not this year, he's just a sophomore, but in next year's draft.
And the first hit for Troy. Steve Meyer strokes one into deep center. Paul Schoenfeld's on the run, and he gets there for out number 2. Janicki to 3rd.
Janicki right here, just through the entire time. Legs stay under control. Put the heel up, put it down on time, and you don't want him to beat you to the pull side. Well, guess what? This guy can beat you also to the oppo side, and it's frustrating. You execute a pitch like that. That's why Janicki has been so consistent the entire season and into the College World Series.
Here comes Steve Sabins with 2 outs in the 4th. Hey, coming up in AUSL action, the Oklahoma City Spark takes on the Chicago Bandits. That's tonight at 7 Eastern. You can catch it live on ESPN2, and you can stream it anytime on the ESPN app. What do you think that visit is right there from Steve Sabins?
I think it's just about refocusing, going over the scouting report, let him catch his breath a little bit and say, hey, I need your best stuff right here, right now.
Dawson Montessa has been excellent. He's walked 2, but that was the first hit he's given up. And now Drew Nelson, the Troy native. Half-hearted cut, and that clips the catcher, Matt Gravlin.
This one knee stuff that we're doing with the catchers, man, it puts you in a rough position because you are exposing your lower half.
That'll leave a mark.
Well, big spot here for Drew Nelson, who struck out looking on a heater up his first time and now has Janicki at 3rd. That's down to Nelson, who started his career at Auburn, there for a couple of seasons as a pitcher. Not able to pitch right now because he's dealing with a left arm issue. But he was first team Sun Belt after learning left field. The 1-1. Up the ladder, 1 and 2.
There we go, north and south. Couple of splitters, then the elevated fastball.
One-two pitch. Just off the back door. Win or go home in Omaha. Troy's best threat yet. 2-2. Nelson pokes it foul. Look out in the camera well.
Hey, took care of that splitter the other way. Now what does he go to? He went to the fastball, then the curveball.
He's using that splitter almost like a changeup. It doesn't have a lot of depth to it, but it's off speed enough to get the hitter out in front. Now, if he can create a little more depth with it.
Time to elevate the heater.
He's got two choices, elevator heater or the breaking ball. And he's thrown, what, 2 or 3 different 3-2 breaking balls. And you got to think after this elevated heater, he's going to lean on that breaking ball right here and right now.
Again, he has the curveball with the most depth of any pitcher in this event. Dawson Montessa's 3-2. Heater again up the ladder.
Big time. Big time pitch from Dawson Montessa right there. Goes to his best pitch, and his best pitch has been that elevated heater. It plays good, and it plays even better on the top shelf.
As we go to the 5th inning, 2-0 West Virginia on Troy for the right to stay alive and get North Carolina. Just the one hit for Troy against Dawson Montessa, who has been really impressive.
No, he's been impressive. He started throwing that splitter his last time out a lot. It's been a good pitch for him, too, but he's working north and south for the most part. Fastball's up and the breaking ball right behind it.
First pitch from Dylan Alonzo to begin the 5th inning to Sean Smith is strike 1. 4, 5, and 6 for the Mountaineers. And Smith has a fly out to center so far, and then a strikeout swinging on a good right-on-right changeup. International sign for a good breaking ball. We just say MHM is how you spell that in the closed captioning. Oh, 2.
Ball.
Dylan Alonzo got hot on Sunday against Ole Miss, but Skyler Meade opted instead to go to Zach Crotchfeld late in the game. And Alonzo's going to try to give Troy a big lift today. Poke foul. Skyler Meade said to us this morning, I was going to go down with Zach Crotchfeld. That's one of their dudes. We chatted with him for like 40 minutes today.
Oh, he chatted with us.
Coach, the bus is
he just lays it out. Honest.
It's very genuine. And I think that's one of his superpowers, to be able to get such talented players to represent the Trojans.
Up high. 5th-year head coach Skyler Meade. The program's first trip to Omaha. Two. Man, how many pitches has West Virginia spoiled and spit on today?
Tell you what, that's what they do, man. Their 2-strike approach, their 2-out approach. They make a lot of noise.
Nasty.
Just stayed with that breaking ball on the outside part of the plate to Dylan Alonzo, and he finally gets the swing and the miss that he's looking for. Just kept feeding him a steady diet of these right here, the sliders. See that dot on the front of it? Be a dot on the back of it as well. That's how you know it's a slider.
One away, Matt Gravelin. Strikeout looking his first time, and then an RBI double off the wall is next time in the 3rd.
Yeah, and heads up base running as well to score that second run on a ball in the dirt from 3rd base. The intangibles.
Ball.
Base running just feels like one of those things that for Steve Sabins in West Virginia, it's not optional to be good at.
Go.
Yeah, they work on it. Many call it instincts. It's just being ready, prepared, taking the right secondary.
Best base runner that you were teammates with or coached, Eddie?
Javi Baez.
Yeah.
Javi Baez was able to manage him in winter ball. And I was like, this guy is elite, no fear on the bases, and that would translate anywhere, and it did.
Roller to short. Aaron Piasecki circles and throws on the run. In time, 2 down.
And the best one that I ever played against, I want to say Jeff Bagwell.
Really?
Phenomenal base runner. Not the fastest, but one of the smartest base runners played against.
I like that. Like, you hear Paul Goldschmidt get mentioned a lot by people around the game, and you don't think of the speed, obviously, but so smart and so detail oriented.
When healthy, Chris Bryant.
It's about anticipating, right? You don't have to be fast to be a good base runner. You got to be able to anticipate.
And it's interestingly enough, it's the one thing that a lot of players do not work on in the off season, the professional players, but in the colleges you do.
I got to be honest, feels kind of boring to work on in the offseason.
But you should. Balls in the dirt, all those little things, the intangibles, the ones that'll keep you up in the big leagues for a long time.
One ball, one strike on Matt Einish. He's walked twice. Hits this on the ground. It's off of Alonzo's glove. It helps in this case Piasecki and the inning. 1, 2, 3. Very quickly in the top of the 5th. For Dylan Alonzo, halfway through. It's the Mountaineers up 2 on the Trojans.
Well, Dawson Montessa has been on point for West Virginia. How's he done it today? He's been a north and south guy. What I mean by that, he's been spinning that breaking ball down, keeping it down at the bottom of the zone. He's picked up 5 strikeouts so far, but he's wanted to. The way he sets it up, he elevates that 4-seam fastball. He gets it up right up top shelf, and he throws the breaking ball right behind him. So it's been more of a north to south game for Dawson Montessa. 4 innings of work so far, only 1 hit, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts so far.
He's been excellent when West Virginia needs him. Sean Darnell walked his first time. Takes a heater for strike 1. Sean Darnell, known as the coach's pet, according to teammates.
You go 3 for 3 in the College World Series, you get the first ever win. That'll stay along for a while.
Skyler Meade says, even if Sean Darnell messes up, the coaches are like, oh, he was probably right. Darnell's second year with Troy. Another school, not to be named, decided not to bring in Darnell right in August at the start of 2 seasons ago. And as Skyler Meade said to us, that was good for Troy. Big day Sunday against Ole Miss. Trying to get something going. It's a bottom of the order that's been productive for the Trojans between Darnell and what he's done, and also the guy on deck, Jabe Boroff. There's 21 RBIs in the tournament. In the air, center field, Paul Schoenfeld on the sprint for the first out. For more on Jabe Boroff and his story, here's Taylor.
Well, we know he's been one of the hottest hitters down the stretch for this team, but there was a point he wasn't in the starting lineup for about a month. He was not in there. Well, there was a moment in March that coach said really changed everything. After he had challenged the group and Boroff to be better, Boroff sent him this text, and basically he said, I apologize for the mental and physical mistakes. He took accountability, and he said, I want to be better for this program because I want to see us earn what we deserve. But it wasn't immediate. There was a change. Over time, they saw consistency from him, and eventually he earned his way back into the starting lineup, and he's been a huge piece of this team getting to Omaha. And coach just said, I knew how genuine that text message was, and it meant a lot to him in that moment.
And it didn't happen right away after that, but eventually Jabe Boroff burst onto the scene, and as you saw, the numbers silly in the tournament.
And it's a different sound coming off his bat. He's strong wrists and hands, able to get it out front, and it just jumps off of it.
21 RBIs in the NCAA tournament. That by far leads everyone.
He had to really work on his body this year too. He was a junior college All-American last year, and he played at 212 pounds. And at one point, recently, he was 252. And coming back from winter break, he was 231, and they really honed that even better. He pulls it into left field, a base hit. Second hit for Troy. Jay Boroff, a one-out single.
How about those numbers? 457 in the NCAA tournament.
Continues the rake in postseason. We talk about being able to stay with the two-strike approach. That's exactly what he did there. Slider stays up. Is able to get on base.
For Houston, Markham in the 9th spot. Ball one on the curveball. Markham popped out foul to the catcher his first time. His grandfather, Houston Markham Jr., former head football coach at Alabama State. Hits it on the ground, it's short. Matt Einish flips. The turn from Kelly, not in time for 2.
Everything done right. Fundamentals, the feed, just the speed of Markham with the velocity coming off the bat. No chance to be able to get him.
The only way you get him, you got to hit it a little bit firmer than that.
Yeah.
So Markham on. Back to the top, Aaron Piasecki. A fly out to left and a ground out to first. And a heater for a strike. Piasecki 2 hits Sunday, but in 2 games now against West Virginia, 0 for 7 with 5 flyouts. Really good bat to ball guy.
And they've stayed away consistently against him so far this afternoon. He's got that knack that he will put the ball in play, but they don't mind if it's just a weak flyout.
Away again. So what do you do with that as a hitter?
You allowed it to get deep and you try to hit it on the line just consistently. He's sometimes to a fault. It's contact first, and weak contact for Piasecki is okay. It's the ability to get on. He knows the strike zone real well. And right there, he got caught off guard. He was looking away, and an excellent pitch.
Yeah, I think Montessa needs to do that more. Because these hitters are getting their toes up on the plate, because the majority of the pitches by Montessa has been kind of middle away. I think the more he can shove that fastball to the inner, and he doesn't have to be perfect with it because it's good velocity. It just needs to be inner third. If he can get it to the inner third, it speeds those bats up just enough where he can get to that breaking ball and that split finger fastball. See how close he is to the plate? And that's what I would be too until I started seeing a steady diet of fastball to the inside part of the plate.
2-2. Back foot, no chase.
I would not even try to trick him, try to get him to swing and miss.
Try to have him get himself out.
Just let him get himself out. Lumsden is now almost on the line in left field. He's moved a couple more steps towards the line.
Fouled back again on 95 up the ladder.
One of those guys that will get your pitch count up if you try to strike him out.
Dawson Montessa has been excellent in his second NCAA tournament start for West Virginia. Huge in the regionals and doing it here so far in Omaha. 3-2. That's rook foul.
Yeah, Montessa didn't even pitch in the super regionals. Pitched twice in the regionals, got that start that we talked about, 122 pitches, and then the next day, 10 pitches in relief. He's had plenty of time to recover.
Steve Sabins called the regional start Montessa's best outing of the season in the biggest moment. Another huge one here. 3-2 again. Up the ladder, ball 4. And Troy, for the first time today, has 2 runners aboard at the same time.
I'll give a lot of credit right there to Piasecki to be able to just continue to grind out that at-bat. It's one of the big reasons why this year, coming into this game, only struck out 24 times. That right there ends up being his 40th walk of the season.
Hey, it's always trophy season on ESPN. Stream the biggest live events and best championship moments, the games that matter, the moments that outlive them. However you watch, wherever you are, anytime, anywhere on the ESPN app. All right, now it's up to Josh Pine for Troy.
I love that mound visit right there. That was by Matthew Graven, the catcher for West Virginia. He went out just to calm his big right-hander down a little bit. Let him catch his breath.
First steady traffic against Dawson Montessa on this Tuesday afternoon elimination game. Pine a walk and a strikeout so far. He leads Troy with 24 two-out RBIs this season. Nobody in the country in their career has more doubles than Josh Pine. He's got 301 all-time hits. 1-0. He lays off 2-0.
Okay, 2 outs. I am surprised a little bit that Schoenfield in center field is playing quite shallow. Tying run at first base. This is a doubles machine.
.2-0 pitch. Pine stings one foul.
Not the pitch that you would want him to swing at. Pitch out of the zone outside. 2-0. Letting Montessa back into this at bat.
.2-1.
That's 2 in a row he swung it out there.
Yeah, he swung at 2 balls, no question.
Yeah. I got a feeling Uncle Charlie's about to pay him a visit.
Yeah, that curveball's not been quite as consistent for Montessa here in the 5th inning. So if he's got any confidence in it at all, it would work.
2-on, 2-out, 5th inning. Dawson Montessa. Ready with the 2-2. Pine on the ground, right side. A high hop that Brody Kresser handles. Inning over. Dawson Montessa leaves 2. And West Virginia still leads by 2. 2 runs on the board for West Virginia. Second time these teams are meeting. It was a really good game on Friday where West Virginia got 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to go ahead and grab the win. And now who will stick around and get to tomorrow afternoon against North Carolina, who hasn't lost yet. And so whoever wins this one would have to beat North Carolina twice. Dylan Alonzo back to work, and strike 1 to the 7-man for West Virginia, Brody Kresser. Pop to short, and a hit by pitch for Brody Kresser. And a pop up left side. Hayaseki says me. 1 away. Dylan Alonso's done good work since he came on.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been using that breaking ball to the outside part of the plate, that little cutter of his, little slider.
Skyler Meade told us this guy's an X factor if he can allow himself not to get sped up, and he has not been at any point.
Under control, great presence on that mound.
Ben Lumsden. Ooh, good curveball.
It's been mostly fastball slider to the righties, and he's used that curveball to the lefties.
Lumsden tried to hold off, and he did not go around on appeal down to 3rd.
Lumsden's like, man, all I saw were changeups. First 2 at-bats, and all I'm seeing is the curveball here. In the 3rd, a very good fastball hitter. That's one of the big reasons why Troy has stayed away.
Can I please get a heater?
Well, the fastball usage from both sides has not been there for these pitchers. It's been a steady diet of all-speed pitches for the most part.
Lumsden squares, pulls back, and that was called the ball. That did not miss by much.
He might get a fastball right now. Don't miss it if it comes.
Two one, he squares. He got it, and he was squaring. I mean, it's a shift on, so there's that part of the thinking, but that's a 2-1 heater. Middle.
Looks so easy from up here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Two.
Wow.
Nasty curveball.
That's nice right there. 2-2 count. He bends that breaking ball just down and in and just underneath the bat of Lumsden. Watch this pitch right here, man. Hard to throw a breaking ball any better than this. You're going to see that forward rotation. There's your forward rotation.
Two outs, bases empty. Tyrus Hall. Single his first time. Strikeout his second time. That was against Alonzo in the fourth. Steve Sabins is going to slow this down.
Try to slow down the game, give his pitcher a little bit more time. 2 quick outs.
Gives me more time to tell all of you that ESPN is the home of MLB.tv. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more info, go to
ESPN.com/MLB.tv.
Thank you.
Wow.
How about you just jumping right in there?
You're welcome at any time, Ben, to join in.
I'm good. I don't see any pictures on that screen at all. It's just letters and words.
Play.
Tyrus Hall. Slick fielding third baseman whose bat is really woken up here the last few weeks for the junior college transfer. Steve Sabins was saying the other day that Tyrus Hall, who's from Victoria, British Columbia, was on the Canadian junior national team, and this kid was the best athlete on the team, the fastest, and he could throw the hardest. And you're starting to see things come together for Tyrus Hall with his all-around game. And Steve Sabins also said to us, Tyrus Hall has one of the biggest smiles you will ever see. He said, I'll yell at him, and he's just smiling. Okay, coach.
Gotcha, coach.
He was like that in his post-game press conference the other day. Just grinning every answer.
You want timeout? Go talk.
What do we got here?
Got a pitch count issue? What we got? Yep.
We'll just generally call it a pitch communication device.
Yes.
It's like Kleenex versus tissues. Not all tissues are Kleenex, but some are, you know?
Got it.
We don't want any of these companies getting mad at us if it's not their issue with the device.
Communication device.
Isn't it crazy that there's some pitchers who grow up now and have not seen a catcher put down fingers?
Never saw a finger go down. I miss those days.
Did you ever have any catchers paint their fingernails?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes at nighttime it was hard to see, and so they'd paint their fingernails pink or orange or whatever. You could actually see the numbers.
What was your favorite color?
Orange.
You had to think about it.
You did?
You could really see orange.
Oh, specific to that situation.
Yeah.
I got it. I was going to say, I think a lot of people in Baton Rouge might not be thrilled about that.
I know, right? But they are in Baltimore.
True.
I was thinking more of something different. Hunter's orange. You got to wear orange when you hunt
You
sometimes.
can't wait to get back in the deer stand.
No, I can't.
Is that what it's called? The deer stand?
It's my happy place.
Anyway, 1-1. Here's the pitch.
Ball.
Just down. 2-1 to Tyrus Hall. Seven in a row set down by Dylan Alonzo. 2-1.
Ball.
Curls outside. Don't want to lose the 9-man.
No. And he keeps just leaning on that little slider on the outside part.
Tyrus Hall, dead fastball hitter. He's looking for something out over the plate that he can drive. 7 home runs on the season. Little action on that pitch. That was not. Four-seamer, 92 miles per hour.
And if you're sitting at home and you're wondering why you're seeing so many off-speed pitches, the reason is D1 hitters hit 300 overall against fastballs, and the numbers go way down after that, and that's why you're seeing here at the College World Series a lot of those, a lot of spin.
Dylan Alonzo was certain he had it, but that pitch was clearly off, and a 2-out walk worked by Tyrus Hall.
The coaching staff immediately looked at Janicki behind the plate, and Janicki's like, that was outside. Don't pay attention to the pitcher.
He's not trying to bury his guy Dylan Alonzo, but if you're looking for an honest answer.
Right. And you want that, because you don't want that bench to start yelling at the umpire for no reason at all.
Back to the top, Armani Guzman. Single and a walk and 3 stolen bases in this game.
And I've got Hall here with the green light. I want him to steal second as fast as you can. If you are caught stealing, no big issue. You got Guzman leading off the next inning.
How about this with Guzman's stolen bases? West Virginia as a team has the most steals in the NCAA tournament. Second most is Oklahoma and Texas. Those teams in the tournament have each had 12 steals. Armani Guzman himself has 12 steals in the NCAA tournament.
I mean, West Virginia's got 26 stolen bases in the NCAA tournament alone. They've got 4 today.
First player in Omaha with at least 3 bags in a game since Jonathan India running for the Gators.
Oh, he was leading.
He almost got swiped with that tag too. Almost took a headshot from Cabell.
Well, if you watch Alonzo, he really doesn't have a slide step.
That's that lean.
He likes to pick it up. Not much of a slide step here. Watch the left leg come up.
Big spot in this game for West Virginia. Speed on the base pads. The leadoff man in the box up by 2. Trying to hunt some 2-out activity. Ball and a strike, and you got Alonzo up and over 50 pitches.
And I give him the steal sign right here. 1-1 count. Something down the middle. Guzman can really put a charge in it. Get the runner in action, and if not, and he gets caught, you live for another inning.
Bluffs, and it's 2-1.
And I think sometimes the runners like to have the green light more than the mandatory steal, because they feel, if I don't get a good jump, why would I go? But in this case, I'd be yelling from the dugout, just go.
A little bit bigger lead here. Still not going.
And another arm side miss from Dylan Alonzo.
You see, but he's taking the attention away from home plate, and now Dylan Alonzo is worried about Hall over at first base, and so he's speeding up his delivery. And when you speed up delivery, a lot of times it's up and it's arm side.
Gavin Kelly's on deck. 3-1. And here comes Gavin Kelly with a man in scoring position and 2 on.
Guarantee you that's exactly what happened, Ben. So much attention to Hall. Ends up forgetting about being able to keep and repeat the delivery.
It was 2 strikes, 2 outs, no one on Tyrus Hall, who worked a walk in the 9th spot. And now you get West Virginia's unquestioned best player in the box. 2 strikeouts today. Also a pull side single and a run scored back in the 3rd. And Jimmy Janicki will visit Dylan Alonzo.
Skyler Meade can't make the visit. He's already visited once this inning. So it's on his leader behind the plate, the backstopper. Janicki making sure to try to get Alonzo back on track. Personally, forget about the runner. Keep the ball down and let's go.
Yeah, Actually, as a pitcher, I'm more comfortable. I know the runner's in scoring position, but now I don't have to worry about being quick to home plate as much as I would with a runner at second base. But West Virginia 1 for 8 only today, runners in scoring position. They are 4 for 26 here in Omaha so far with runners in scoring position. Looking to improve those numbers right now.
Alonzo struck out Kelly with a breaking ball that was up when they squared off back in the 4th. Gavin Kelly projected as a top 15 pick next year. He's mashed lefties. He's been somewhat human against righties by his standards. Cuts through the slider.
Second time around the order, advantage usually goes to the hitter.
Popped up foul, and it's 2 strikes on Gavin Kelly.
Kelly wanted that one back. He knows he missed a cookie right there on the 1-1 pitch.
A gotta-have-it moment for Dylan Alonzo. The Troy X Factor. 2-on, 2-out, 6th inning. 1-2 to Gavin Kelly. Off the end of the bat foul. He's ripped a couple good sliders.
He has. And when a hitter goes out there and he covers that ball and foul tips it, and that's what West Virginia does a lot. They've spoiled 2 strike counts more than anybody has. But that tells me if he's leaning that far out over the plate to be able to get to that ball like he did, if I could just get a fastball inner third right here, I think he locks him up. The question is, does he have the confidence to throw it in there?
1-2. Non-competitive with a slider. Gavin Kelly still waiting on his signature moment here in Omaha. Just a couple singles for him in 3 games. 2-2. That backs up, full count.
Come on, let's go, babe. Hey, man.
Hall at second, Guzman at first. Great speed out there for the Mountaineers. 2-on, 2-out, 3-2. In the air, left center field for Kelly. Back onto the warning track, and that ball's gone! 3-run shot, Gavin Kelly, and the signature moment.
That's what you call going to the well 1 too many times on a breaking ball.
The second time he sees him as well, and hitters like Gavin Kelly make those adjustments. Missed the 1-1 pitch. Took a deep breath, went right back in there, and went back to work. And this time gets to put that Mountaineer helmet on.
Look at this backup breaking ball, folks. And I mean, you hang them and they will bang them. West Virginia. And that's a Weaver, folks. That's a 3-run shot. And West Virginia up 5-0 on that swing.
Strike 1 to Paul Schoenfeld. Another look.
No wind here this afternoon. Barely getting over. It had the loft. It had the distance.
Boy, when offense has been so hard to come by for Troy, that is a massive swing from Gavin Kelly. Guy who's tapped into more power this year. Finally learned how to pull it cleanly with backspin. Steve Sabins was saying to us the other day that there's not as much topspin, a lot of ground balls and line drives that there were last year. He's tapped into the power and reached superstardom this season. 2-2. Old chopper against the shift. Long way to go, Josh Pine, and it's an infield single. Matt Dill is up for Troy. We've been told Matt Dill was a little bit nicked up, but apparently good to go for the Trojans. And Skyler Meade will come to make the move.
Pitch stays up. On the slider.
Let's do it again. Georgia and Texas coming tonight. In the first game of the day, West Virginia has extended the lead to 5, and the freshman Matt Dill enters.
Matt Dill making his 20th appearance, 5 of which have been starts. 36 innings of work, 24 strikeouts for the right-hander.
Sends one to the backstop, moving Paul Schoenfeld to second. Well, danger zone for Troy. Gavin Kelly, his 18th home run of the season, 12 of them since the start of May. That is tied for the most in the country in that time with the Oklahoma catcher Dayton LaChance. Hot shot right field, Sean Smith, base hit. Schoenfeld to the plate, and the wild pitch is costly. 6-0 Mountaineers.
This is what they do. They take advantage of mistakes, and West Virginia has been tough all season long with it. And they continue to be here in the College World Series. Pitch on the outer half, he just goes the other way with a beautiful swing. Smith getting his first one of the game. And these are important. They understand how good Troy is to be able to bunch in runs.
Oh, yeah.
You got to keep adding on.
You got to keep scoring.
Matt Gravlin. And this is the real trouble spot. Troy only one time this year has come back from 6 runs down. That was 2 months ago in April against Lafayette. Popped up. Right field at Houston Markham. And the big inning comes to a close. A 4-spot. And the superstar moment for Gavin Kelly.
Gavin Kelly, a hanging breaking ball. That swing right there. Take me home. Country roads right there. A big ball. 4 runs here in the 6th inning, and West Virginia has jumped out 6-0.
Now or never for Troy, down a half dozen in this elimination game as we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Blake Cavell leads off. Taylor.
Trying to do what he did on Sunday, hit a home run for his team. When that home run was launched into the seats, his mom, Rebecca, who traveled all the way from Australia to be here, ran out with his girlfriend, Sarah, to the outfield to try to find the baseball. They eventually found the young fan who got it and paid the fan $100 in exchange for the baseball. He said, was there any sort of negotiation? She said, no, honestly, we just gave them $100, and they were quite pleased to get the baseball. So that will go back to Australia, I guess, at his house back home. They have a wall full of all of his memorabilia. And I asked Cavell, what's your favorite thing you have in that room? And he said, my Australian jersey the first time I went to the Little League World Series because I had never left the country.
Oh, a Benjamin for a baseball.
Maybe just start with $10 and see where it goes.
Yeah, if you threw out 100, you didn't negotiate right. You got to start with 10.
Yeah, but 1 Australian dollar equals 71 cents. The exchange rate is good and the power is real. Did not miss it that time. Joined the party, did the gritty, and what's that?
Taylor asked him what happened. He said he took a body check.
A body check.
Well, got to get it going. This will be the 99th pitch from Dawson Montessa. 2-2. Down, full count. Cavell has struck out and flew out against Montessa. All the way from Sydney. Mom was a softball player, Dad was a baseball player, and they met at a concession stand at a local baseball game. Cabell stays alive.
Montessa at 100 pitches now.
You also see he's taped up on his face. Earlier when he was taking ground balls before the game, he took a ball straight to the nose, and I asked him about it. He said, honestly, I'm just taping it up for a scare tactic.
Flashes one foul. Well, we've built up his personality, no question. Skyler Meade said to us the other day, I thought when Blake Cabell showed up to campus, he would try to smoke a cigarette on the field.
That's some beer league softball stuff there.
To be clear, he did not.
No, he didn't. He didn't even have cigarettes with him.
He works a leadoff walk. What's the leash like for Dawson Montessa?
Well, I mean, the fact you got a 6-run lead, it may be a little bit more. And you see where he's at, a little over 100 pitches now.
Remember, he went up to 122 in the regionals, and he hasn't pitched in a couple of weeks because they swept their super, so they didn't need their game 3 starter. So you probably want to squeeze another 10 to 20 pitches out of him.
Oh, you'd love to get him through 6 here. That's got to be the goal.
But this might be the most dangerous bat in this event. Jimmy Janicki, who has been a ball striking clinic across 3 games.
This guy scares me when he steps in the box because he just looks like he's about to put barrel on ball.
His exit velos in Omaha, a selection of them. 105, 111, 110, 112, 111, 105, and 106.
Yeah, he lives in those 100s. Give him a name for the ability to be able to get bat to ball, hit it out front, elevate, and just advanced hitting approach is what he's shown not only here but the entire season that Troy has had this year.
He leads Troy in every offensive category. Batting average, home runs, and 87 RBIs on the year.
See the RBI leaders in the country, including Georgia's Daniel Jackson, who's in action tonight at 8 Eastern. You saw Teg Davis on there. I don't know how Teg Davis wasn't a Golden Spikes Award finalist. I know there's great candidates. He drove in 98 and hit 34 home runs.
And didn't even play in the postseason, did he?
No.
So he didn't get I mean, everybody else is getting 30, 40 more at bats, and he still did that just during the regular season.
How big are those 4 runs right now in the top half of the 6th?
3-0 curveball for a strike.
And that's okay because he has not been able to land consistently the fastball this inning.
Janicki on a 3-1 foul. On a pitch up. So 107 the pitch count. That's Ben McDougal. Lefty veteran who gave great length during the regionals and who came on to get the final out when these teams met Friday. Jimmy Janicki was at the plate tying run aboard, and it was pretty surprising. Steve Sabins went to McDougal. Steve Sabins said afterward he liked McDougal as a lefty fastball matchup against Janicki. If you're going to pick holes in Janicki, they said how he handles fastballs from lefties.
It's because he hasn't seen many of them, that he handles the righties better. That would have been ball 4 on that curveball.
Well,
3 in a row.
This is a huge pitch right here.
It's outside and a strikeout for Montessa.
Don't see Janicki do that very often, expand the strike zone.
And a couple pitches from the curveball, he did come out of his strong position. Right there, you see him just come out of it because the pitch is way out of the zone. Surprised him a bit that he went with the fastball after having thrown 3 consecutive hooks, coming back from a 3-0 count.
That's as big as any out Montessa will get in this game. Steve Meyer ropes one foul. Steve Meyer struck out looking. Ran it full that time in the second. And has a fly out to center, playing with a banged up right knee. He didn't practice yesterday. Ball and a strike from Montessa. And what a job by Dawson
Yes.
Montessa again.
I mean, you can tell the gas tank's getting a little bit empty. The command is starting to waver a little bit. The velo down just a tick. So, hey, when you're up 6 runs, you get a little bit longer leash.
This one hits Steve Meyer.
Yeah, he's done.
And we'll see if that's it from Montessa. if
Yeah, a lot of
McDougal comes
people.
on.
A lot of people look at velocity when a guy gets tired. To me, it's the command.
Here comes Steve Sabins. Dawson Montessa has been ultra reflective and honest and critical of his own season after transferring into West Virginia. And yet the kid's been hard on himself, but maybe his 2 best outings in a West Virginia uniform have been his last 2 starts in the NCAA tournament, trying to keep the Mountaineers season alive. Today's Capital One rewarding performance, big time from Dawson Montessa.
Yeah, I tell you what, he was impressive, especially early, man. It was north to south, elevated fastballs, some really good curveballs behind it. He showed you some split finger fastballs that were really good as well. But man, he really cooked today. He was outstanding. 6 punch outs, 5 1/3, 2 hits. Has not allowed a run yet. Of course, he's responsible for runners that are on first and second. That's back-to-back really good starts for him in the postseason.
Yeah, you see him rubbing the shoulder a little bit over there saying, hey, just fatigued. Gave all he had there for those 4 1/3.
West Virginia will turn to their reliever, and Ben McDougal making his 12th appearance of the year. That's all he's worked. 12 2/3 so far. 12 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 191 off the left-hander McDougal. Not a very explosive fastball. 89 to 91. Little slider, curveball, and a changeup. But he has dominated lefties in the sample size this year. Lefties hitting only 100 off of it.
And the Troy lefties have hit left-handed pitching really well this season.
Yeah, you get the lefties, Drew Nelson, and then Sean Darnell, then a righty, and then another lefty. There's a strike from McDougal, who's a native of West Virginia. He's from Bridgeport. Steve Sabins was saying after the game Friday, this kid has ice water in his veins. He said he's quiet, he's humble, and he's always still going to be himself in the big moments. And remember, he had a chance to redshirt this year, but even though he was going to miss a bunch of time due to injury, he said, nope, don't want a redshirt. Even if there's just a chance that I could come back. And if I'm needed at some point late in the year, I want to be available for that. And he did come back in the regional against Kentucky and gave him 5 enormous innings in the regional final. 2-run ball to force a game 7 the next day against Kentucky. McDougal's 2-2. That's down. Full count on Nelson. Boy, you can't help but keep thinking about those pitches Jimmy Janicki chased and really how this inning could be different.
Well, this game's getting real interesting all of a sudden. If Nelson can find a way to get on in a 3-2 count right here, a big swing gets Troy right back in this one.
Pulled into center. Schoenfeld on the move with time to run it down for out number 2. Cavill to third, but 2 down.
That's a heck of a job by Schoenfeld in center field, just getting under it. It's all about the jump. He made it. They play that from up here from our vantage point. You're thinking it might get in, but the jump was just elite. Recognition. Now runners on the corners with 2 outs.
And this gets interesting too, just in terms of any runs Troy scores. It will change the calculus maybe of how West Virginia uses its bullpen the rest of the way. But in the here and now, this is Sean Darnell. Been a great bat here at the Men's College World Series. A walk and a fly out today. And a breaking ball for ball 1 to begin.
You can kind of see what makes McDougal so tough on lefties. He throws a little bit across his body with a lower arm slot. So if you're batting from the left side, you got to feel like the ball's kind of coming at you.
Darnell did not go around 2-0. Boy, so 2-0 on Darnell. And you've got Jabe Boroff on deck. Darnell went left on left home run yesterday in the second against Hunter Elliott. Should say on Sunday. And now it's 3-0. .30 pitch is a strike. Six-run lead. Not all that comfortable for West Virginia. 3-1. Darnell fouls it away. Full count. Here's the home run on Sunday.
The breaking pitch out over the plate, gets the bat head out. And got everyone out of their seats.
.3-2. Popped up foul behind the plate.
Too close to take. Way to fight that one off right there. We'll do this one again.
It's an invisible fastball, Eddie. That's what it is. Because it's not high velocity. I just think McDougal does a good job of hiding it. Hitters don't seem to pick it up. We'll see.
Just outside, ball 4, and they are loaded.
How do you take that pitch, man?
And it's the bottom of the order again that the Trojans are going to have to lean on in a big way. Jake Boroff might be hitting 8th, but he swings like a cleanup hitter. He leads their team in slug. Great eye, great call.
The odd thing about Boroff, man, even being a right-handed hitter, he does not hit lefties for the season very well at all.
First pitch, chopper at first, and Brody Cresser to the bag. Ben McDougal picks up Dawson Montessa. And West Virginia hops into the 7th with a 6-0 lead still intact on Troy. Game 1 of 2 today on day 5 at the Men's College World Series as we go to the 7th with West Virginia up a half dozen on Troy. Big Ben, Eddie, Mike, and umpire Scott Klein with you upstairs. Taylor McGregor down on the field, and our entire crew behind the scenes. This game produced by Joe McCoy and directed by Billy Proctor. Matt Dill back to work against 6, 7, and 8, starting with Matt Einish for West Virginia. Hot shot right field, base hit. Third time Einish has been on, 2 walks and now a single. Boy, that felt like the moment to strike for Troy in the last half inning.
Felt like they had to get a little bit back right there. Steve Sabins went to his left-handed pitcher, and it was a right pocket for him. I mean, 4 of the batters he were going to face, 3 of them were left-handed, and he dominates lefties as Ben McDougal. They were only hitting 100 off of him, and it paid off.
But I think early on, the curveball on a 3-0 count to Janicki really paid off. Got right back in the count, then strikes him out. Montessa did not have any control anymore of that fastball. Great recognition to call it.
2 pop-outs to short for Brody Cresser, who's also been hit by a pitch. This one gets way out of the mid of Jimmy Janicki. And every run's important, too, for West Virginia. Every run they keep off the board and every one they add here in the 7th inning, because you're going to need all the pitching you can possibly get if you hang on and win this, because you'd have to beat North Carolina twice. So if Ben McDougal can take you home, you'd love that.
And North Carolina in 2 games have used a total of how many pitchers? 4?
Yes, I think 4, right?
Yeah. 4 pitchers they've used in 2 games.
Takaro, Lynch, Glauber a couple of times, and McDuffie.
Yep.
Now, if you're West Virginia, you'd love to save Chance and Cole. You see him middle of the screen there with his hat on.
They all have their hat on.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't help. Doesn't have sunglasses on, drinking a cup of water.
Okay, I got it. I see him now.
Ben, you're the one with the telestrator, man. Throw me a bone here. Can you circle him? The one with the water.
It's the one with the cup of water. You talking about this guy right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
That's Chance and Cole.
I'm sorry. I'll be quicker next time.
No worries. Better late than never.
Spitting some sunflower seeds right into the cup. Don't want to get the bullpen dirty.
On the ground, it's short. Aaron Piasecki for the first out. All right, now can we find Ian Korn in the bullpen, because he was probably more likely to come into the game today than Chance and Cole, but you'd love to avoid him. Oh, there's Ian Korn. He's the one with the blonde beard, Ben.
Right here.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, blonde beard. All right, yeah, right
okay.
Okay, you got him?
Yep, thank you. You got to show off your telestrator in here.
Oh.
Ben Lumsden for a strike. You feel pretty comfortable with the telestrator?
Yeah. I got this little handy pen they gave us to use.
Stylus.
And I see the clear screen, so that's all I need.
What exactly is a stylus, would you say?
I don't know. I just know I got this little thing right here.
And then that's your
Thingamajig.
down to the right.
Say, where's your beard at? See?
It's been absent for 33 years.
There we go. I like that haircut you got, though.
Thank you. We planning to get cleaned up before the finals?
Sure.
Should we go to our place?
What's it called? Ace of Fades?
I was going to say they're not a sponsor exactly.
Well, they're not. So it's just fades.
Just fades.
Just flat tops.
Flat tops and fades.
2-1. That's a strike. Good changeup. Eddie, your hair's always clean, man.
Oh, man. I need to get tightened up.
Come on, we'll fix you up.
Come on.
Try to let it grow out and see if I can get a flat top.
2-2. Fouled away. West Virginia just keeps on coming. Program record 46 wins this year. This is the culmination of a sizzling 4-year run. Part of 3 straight supers, and now the first time in Omaha, finally. In the air, left center field for Lumsden to add insurance. Matt Einish scores. 7-0 West Virginia.
Yeah, the pass ball, unfortunately, got Einish into scoring position, and then Lumsden right behind him. And again, this is what West Virginia does. And yes, they have struggled hitting with runners in scoring position for the majority of the College World Series. But boy, here in the last couple innings, they are getting it done. There's a changeup, and look where the changeup is. It's elevated, and I love that move right there. He didn't try to pull that ball on the outside part of the plate. Hands go first, the barrel behind it, and just lobs it out toward left center field, and West Virginia pushes home the 7th run of the game.
And Lumsden joins the party. Boy, did he see a mix of changeups and curveballs in those previous 4 at-bats.
Ben Lumsden had 11 hits in the regular season. He has 12 hits in the NCAA tournament. 7 RBIs in the regular season, 13 in the tournament. 1-1 on Tyrus Hall. Postseason performer. One. Curls outside. 2-1 on Hall.
Scorecard has contributions all the way from the top to the bottom of the order for West Virginia.
I mean, all 9 in this lineup have reached base for West Virginia. It's been 1 through 9 up and down the lineup.
Nine hits in this game. 7 of them singles. Just kind of keep grinding on you. 4 stolen bases.
I think that's the difference, the base running in this game.
Bouncer left side. Pine to second. Darnell's turn not in time. They settle for 1.
think Graveline set the tone early, not only with the base hit to drive in the first, but also the wild pitch to score on a pitch that not many in NCAA score on. He just heads up on the secondary, being able to read it.
And now Skyler Meade pops out of the dugout and will make a pitching change. If he's jogging, it's just a visit. If he's walking, you expect a change. Top 7 at the Men's College World Series in this elimination game. And you got the lefty looming in Armani Guzman. Called to the bullpen for Brock Tapper, 16, in the beautiful vested jersey. West Virginia adding on. The lead is 7 against Troy here at the Men's College World Series. All right, Hayden Smith, not Brock Tapper, comes on here. Kentucky transfer who we saw the other day.
Hayden Smith making his 20th appearance of the year. He does have 7 starts under his belt. Not a big strikeout guy. 50 innings of work, 30 strikeouts, but opponents hitting just .231 off the left-hander, Smith. Fastball, slider, curveball, and a changeup. 4-pitch mix.
Play.
Hayden Smith worked the 3rd inning on Sunday against Ole Miss, gave up a couple runs and threw 34 pitches. All 1 to Armani Guzman. And Hayden Smith for the last 6 weeks has been dealing with blister issues. He has 1 on his thumb, and then he has 2 more on the inside of his index and middle fingers. He's pitching through that, and they have tried everything.
Sometimes when you get blister issues, you got to get off the seams of the ball. And that's where I used to get blisters, having my fingertips on the seams of the ball. I used to have a 2-seam fastball, and it would rub right here coming off. So I had to learn to get inside of it where the fingers come off the ball, the leather, and not the seams. Because the balls are totally different. Remember, we went to a lower profile seam ball. But I used to be a 2-seam guy. I could do a 2 and a 4-seamer, but when I used to, that's what I was taught to throw it. So when it would come off, the middle finger would come off that seam and it would burn. And so I learned to get in between. And on your 4-seam fastball, instead of coming off and ripping the seam, you get up right here where the ball's actually coming off the leather, and it puts less pressure.
How was your control? Did it change?
Not much. I learned, I would work with it in the bullpen to figure it out. Now they check the hands all the time, but there was one year I threw 34 starts one year, and 31 of those 34 starts I pitched with those steri strips on my finger. I had a big blister on my middle finger, and the trainer, I'd go down in the tunnel after every inning and they'd wrap it up, cover the blister up, and I'd put pine tar over the top of it to hide it from the umpire so it wouldn't be white, it would be darker, it would blend in a little bit more. And that was the only way to get through it at the time.
Hayden Smith getting through it right now, and he strikes out Armani Guzman. Stretch time. West Virginia up by 7. Come on and fly on in. Charles Schwab Field with us on this Tuesday afternoon. Gavin Kelly pumped a 3-run homer in the 6th for West Virginia, and that stretched a 2-0 lead to 5. The Mountaineers have added a couple more, and Troy is 0 for its last 15 with runners aboard. They've left 8, including the bases loaded last inning. They got 9-1-2 here, starting with Houston Markham against Ben McDougal.
They got 9 outs to work with.
Again, win or go home for a team that this year was one of the last 4 teams into the field and has made Troy's first trip to the Men's College World Series. Strike top of the zone, 2-1 from McDougal. It's up high, 3-1. This battle-tested Troy team, scheduled so tough, finally figured it out in early May.
#1 strength of schedule, non-conference strength of schedule in the country for Troy.
Markham laces this into center. He's digging for a hustle double and headlong with it to begin the 7th.
You know, you look at the score and you're thinking, where are you going? But you know what? Troy needs a little bit of energy. And Markham gave them that energy right now. Something to cheer up for, something to get them up. A lot of outs. This is an offensive powerhouse. Troy has been all season long.
They just got to figure out a way to string some good at-bats together and just give themselves a chance.
Now the senior shortstop, Aaron Piasecki. First team Sun Belt for the transfer from Central Michigan. He squares, that's ball one. Aaron Piasecki added about 18 to 20 pounds since he showed up at Troy. Really wanted to play shortstop. Troy put him there, and he's had a great season. Down 2-0.
I'll tell you this, Carolina would love to see Troy get just a little bit closer to see if they can get into that bullpen of West Virginia.
Down, 4-pitch walk, 2 aboard, and the 2-hitter Josh Pine coming up, Taylor.
Well, Josh Pine told me a year ago he did not think he would be playing college baseball. He had a herniated disc and a torn UCL during his time at Indiana, and he thought, I thought my career was over. And then I realized, hey, I don't want to go out with an injury. So he rehabbed really hard to be able to come back and make an impact with this team. But pretty amazing what he's been able to do when you just look at the career and then the battling of the injuries. And he's been a big piece of this Troy lineup at the top of the order.
He told us he has loved playing for this coaching staff. I mean, it's a kid from Bloomfield, Indiana, who spent 4 years with the Hoosiers. He said to us, hometown kid, you show up, you earn a day-1 starting job, played with great teammates. He said, I'm a lifelong Hoosier. I will always cherish that. But he has found another year in his career. He's piled up so many hits and made it here to Omaha this season. Now that he's healthy again, he's got a chance to make this interesting in the 7th. 2 on, nobody out. Ball 1 to start.
McDougal really spraying it right now.
A walk for Pine in the 1st. Raking ball finds a strike for Ben McDougal. Josh Pine 1 for 11 here at the Men's College World Series. The 1-1. That's a strike again with the breaking ball.
Yeah. Can't find the fastball. Went to the breaking ball and back-to-back breaking balls for a strike.
And now Troy will slow this down with a patented Ben Wolgamott, the assistant coach. Timeout on the offensive side. Reese Bassinger pitched on Sunday for an inning against North Carolina. This guy is rubber armed. He's next up for Steve Sabins and Justin Oney. For the latest news, insight, and in-depth analysis from the Men's College World Series, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all NCAA championships. All right, so he's gone breaking balls to find strikes. What do you think now if you're Pine?
If you're Pine right now, you have to be aware of anything up. I think you have to look up in this circumstance because that's where the breaking ball begins.
1-2. Fastball hit into right field by Pine, base knock. Loaded up for Troy's best hitters on the way.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there. What a good timeout. Cleared his mind, stay on the fastball, and he got one away. And he was able to drive it the same way it was pitched. Love this camera work angle. You try to pull it, most likely it's a 6-4-3. Instead, take it the other way. Continue to apply the pressure. No outs, bases loaded.
And now Blake Cavill. And Steve Sabins emerges from the first base dugout, likely to make a move. Blake Cavill lurks. Dawson Montessa was outstanding in a starting role. And now a wobble from Ben McDougal. And the big bats of Cavill and Janicki lurking for Troy. Down to their last 9 outs in their season. They need something heroic. Back to Omaha next. 2 days ago, Troy was down by 4 in an elimination game. It came back to winning. Today they're down by 7 in the 7th. But they have the bases loaded with nobody out and the heart of their order ready to face Reese Bassinger, with Blake Cavill lurking for the Trojans, to be followed by Janicki and the rubber-armed righty Reese Bassinger on for the 2nd time in Omaha.
Bassinger making his 30th appearance of the year. They've all been out of the bullpen. 56 2/3 he's worked. He's averaging a strikeout per inning. 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is really good. Opponents hitting .228 off the right-hander, Bassinger. Looks like fastball, slider, heavy, with some good swing and miss with that slider at 42%. A little occasional changeup in there.
The 5th-year senior to Cavill. Ball 1 to start.
This year he's had an opportunity with the bases loaded 11 times. Bassinger has 6 hits. He's given up 2 strikeouts with the bases loaded.
Cavill has 2 grand slams this season. Bassinger pitched on Sunday against North Carolina in the 8th inning. He walked 2 but worked around that on 15 pitches. 1-1 to Cavill. That's a strike 1 and 2, all breaking balls.
Nothing but breaking balls. Couple sliders, then a curveball behind it.
Cavill rarely chases. 1-2. Wow. He strikes out on the breaking ball again. 1 away.
That's big time right there. You come in a ball game, nobody out and bases loaded. And you're facing a 3-hole hitter from the other team. And I tell you what, Reese Bassinger, nothing but breaking balls. Low arm slide. Look at the spin on that. He throws it perfectly, just down and in and just underneath the bat of Cavill. And a big first out for the Mountaineers.
Reese Bassinger is super mature. He said recently he lives for the adrenaline of late game situations. Now Jimmy Janicki, Troy's superstar catcher and cleanup man, who's been rocketing balls all over Charles Schwab Field over the last 5 days, but he expanded and struck out his last time in the 6th. 1-0. Janicki tried to slam on the brakes and did so successfully. 2-0.
Starting the same way as last time. Last time he all took it to 3-0 before he struck out on back-to-back-to-back breaking pitches.
6 breaking balls from Bassinger. First heater missed in. 3-0. Nowhere to put Jimmy Janicki. .3-0. Get me over strike.
.3-1 breaking ball. What do you think, Eddie?
I'm thinking 3-1 fastball again, 2-seamer.
3-1. Right. Fastball hitting the air to center. Schoenfeld makes the catch. And Houston Markham had to stay put. 2 down.
How about running that 2-seamer in Janicki's hands? Janicki not being able to extend those arms, and it just ran right in there. He had confidence when he threw it 3-0. This time just a couple inches further in, and just cannot barrel it. Only 80 miles per hour off the bat.
Yeah,
one of the few times he hasn't been able to find barrel.
And this would be huge for West Virginia. It'd be huge for Bassinger to work out of this jam.
Troy left the bases loaded in the 6th, in danger of doing the same in the 7th. Steve Meyer takes strike one.
That's a big time breaking ball too. Look at the spin rate on it. A little over 2,700 RPMs. Big league average on that, about 2,600. So he's 100 RPMs above average. What does that mean? It's late and it's crisp break.
Meyer backside foul, nothing in 2. The West Virginia fans stir in anticipation of another massive moment in this game. 0-2. Meyer strikes out.
Come on now. That's as good as you'll see right there, folks. You inherited a no-out, bases-loaded situation, and all you do is come in there and punch out 2. And I tell you what, spin them if you got them. And boy, this kid right here, Bassinger, he can spin that breaking ball.
Back in Omaha, Charles Schwab Field, Men's College World Series, Day 5. Winner of this one faces North Carolina tomorrow afternoon, 2 Eastern. And the winner of this one has to beat North Carolina twice if they want to move on to the finals, best-of-3 championship series that begins Saturday. North Carolina beat West Virginia on Sunday night 5-2. That was a 2-2 game into the bottom of the 7th. Gavin Kelly leads it off. He's got the biggest swing in this game for West Virginia. 3-run shot in the 6th. He's on a heater. Gavin Kelly wasn't a huge recruit out of Pittsburgh. He went to 5 or 6 prospect camps at West Virginia on his own accord, and then he stayed persistent. He actually sent Steve Sabins and the West Virginia staff a video of himself hitting at their camp in their cages, as if to say, I was here.
Don't assume. Do not assume that every eyeball was on you.
So Steve Sabins looks at it and he says, wow, this kid can hit. And he'd been there, he said, 15 times in our batting cages. They decided to put him behind the plate. They wanted to see how Gavin Kelly's arm action was. They love that. And he can do this with the bat.
2 on, and West Virginia up by 2 at the time, and that one swing, a Weaver, a 3-run shot out to left center field, his 18th long ball of the year. That would put West Virginia up 5-0 at the time.
What do you think the next step of development looks like for Gavin Kelly for his junior season next year?
I'll tell you this, it's the opportunity. He's missed some pitches here, but it's a long season. He's had to catch. He's had to be at second base, doing a lot of extra work that not a lot of other players do in elite positions. I just say continue the course and just get stronger.
Yeah, I think that'd be the biggest thing for him. I mean, you look at the numbers, you can't do a whole lot better than 377 with 18 long balls and 60 RBIs. That's a pretty good year. But physically, can you get a little bit stronger, get a little bit bigger?
It's pretty cool how similar his path is to that of J.J. Weatherholt. J.J. from the Pittsburgh area, Mars, Pennsylvania. Gavin was telling us that, yeah, he didn't have a lot of action recruiting-wise when he committed to West Virginia. He said he talked to a bunch of schools who offered after he committed to West Virginia, but West Virginia was on him early. Kelly on the ground to short. Piasecki up with it. 1 down.
That's what a lot of kids have to decide these days is, okay, what's my summer program look like? You know, do I want to go play summer ball, or do I want to stay on campus and try to get a little bit bigger and stronger and faster? If you got a lot of at-bats, maybe you stay on campus and try to put a little more muscle on, get a little more physical. If you didn't get many at-bats, maybe you go play summer ball somewhere and try to get some experience. But, you know, I think you're starting to see more and more hitters in college. It used to be, oh, everybody had to go play summer ball. You just had to go play. But you're not seeing that much anymore. I think there's a lot of value to staying on campus, maybe taking some classes, getting closer to your degree, but also staying in the weight room the entire summer.
Paul Schoenfeld.
But I will add this, there's no substitute for playing the games.
That's true.
And I think that the value of that, especially with players that did not get many at-bats or many innings on the mound, that's when you want to embrace the summer ball. And sometimes it's let me be seen in one of the leagues just in case they go to the portal. If they do, there's a vantage point there.
Hayden Smith freezes Paul Schoenfeld, and there's 2 down. Of course, you got Team USA.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because that's really quick. I mean, Team USA is not like it used to be many years ago. It's only like a week or 2, and you're in and out pretty quick. So if you're a pitcher, maybe you get 1 or 2 starts. If you're a hitter, maybe you get 15, 20 at-bats, and that's it.
2 outs, nobody on. Sean Smith, the cleanup man. RBI single his last time. I
remember Andrew Benintendi years ago at University of Arkansas. I remember he hit 1 home run his freshman year. Decided not to go play summer ball. He stayed on campus. He put on 20 pounds. He comes out the next year. He goes 20-20 in a time where the equipment wasn't like it is right now. And went from not even on anybody's list to get drafted to winning the Golden Spikes Award and being drafted really high in the draft. So it paid off for him. So, you know, kids have decisions to make. What's more important?
Well, and with pitching too, and all the resources so many have to pitching technology, you see it play out that way too. On the ground left side, and Josh Pine scoops and retires Sean Smith. 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th inning. Six outs left to play with for Troy, starting with Drew Nelson, who is from Troy himself. Started his career with a couple years at Auburn, and now 2 years back home, and this is his first year as a position player, pretty much exclusively in college. An arm injury has kept him from pitching recently. And how neat for a local kid to be part of this run to the Men's College World Series. He went to Pike Liberal Arts back home. He was a part of 4 baseball state titles in high school, 2 basketball state titles in high school, and 1 football state title. And now in Omaha. Reese Bassinger is 1-2. Nelson strikes him out. Nelson down on strikes, and there's 1 away.
Nelson frustrated until he goes and sees the highlight, the video, the replay of this, and this one 100% a strike.
Yes.
And you talked about the spin rate right at 2,700. That'll make you think that pitch was not a strike.
I mean, Bassinger's faced 4 batters. He struck out 3 of them.
And the other one was Jimmy Janicki, and he jammed him. Really impressive from Reese Bassinger, who might have just been calling for a pitch clock violation. I think Reese Bassinger was saying that Sean Darnell was not in the box with 8 seconds, and he was pointing it out. If you can steal a strike, why not plead your case?
Especially with how nasty he's been.
So you got to be in and alert at 8. Bassinger was looking at it. That was close.
Or was it a ball?
Hey, Scott, we'll ask you, pitch clock, how did it play out for you your last few years umpiring?
It was fine right there, guys. There was some chatter out of the Troy dugout because they didn't like strike 3. So the home plate umpire actually gave the hitter the benefit of the doubt. His own home coaching staff, excuse me, almost got him in a pickle there by yelling at the umpire.
I like that.
How did you like, Scott, when the yelling from the dugout? Did you have what they would call in the dugout rabbit ears?
Darnell strikes out. Go ahead, Scott.
They gave up on me, or they started to believe me because they quit yelling at me after a certain amount of time.
After you threw enough of them out, they just quit yelling at you.
I think that's right, Ben. They got scared of me a little bit. They said, look, he's old and crotchety. Leave him alone.
That's right. And I'm not. When you tell them I'm not going to take much more of that, they know.
That's right.
2 outs, Jay Boroff, 1 for 3 with a single. And if this is the last at bat of this special season for Jay Boroff, what a run over the last few weeks. He will never forget, nor will the people of Troy. Jabe Ruth did this in his last 9 games.
Unbelievable. 21 RBIs in the postseason. The last player in the postseason to get at least 20 RBIs was Adley Rutschman way back in 2018. That's how good Boroff has been in the postseason.
How good has Bassinger been since he's come in with the bases loaded? Already 4 strikeouts, and Boroff 0-2 already.
No, it's an east to west approach. You know, it's 2 seamers going one way and the breaking ball going the other way. And he can really spin that breaking ball.
Matt Gravlin was just set up in Council Bluffs. Did you see that? He was like outside the left-hand box.
Yeah. And the pitch was delivered exactly where the glove was.
1 foot in each state.
Swing and a miss. Reese Bassinger's nasty.
Well, Bassinger has faced 6 batters, folks, and he's punched out 5 of them, and he's been spinning those breaking balls. The first 2 on breaking balls, the last one on a 2-seam fastball. Big-time effort by Reese Bassinger.
1 inning away from hearing the full rendition of Country Roads. Post-game at Charles Schwab Field. Ben McDonald has walked into every morning meeting for the last 5 days singing that ditty.
I can't get it out of my head. Love me some John Denver, though.
Matt Gravlin leads off 9th inning. It's Hayden Smith. I mean, truly, you're rolling in at 7:43 a.m. All 6'7" of you belting it out.
I'd like to wake up and sing a little bit in the morning time, kind of get going. What, a cup of coffee or 3?
Hard hit past the dive of Josh Pine, and Gravlin has his 2nd hit. Hard contact for him, leadoff single.
Yeah, exclamation mark right there on a very good day for Gravlin. Pitch up in the zone, hitting it hard right off the bat. Over 100 miles per hour to be exact, 106 on the ground.
Eduardo comes in and plays Love Boat.
Oh,
that's your song.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Here's Matt Einish. Been pretty impressed watching Matt Einish bat for 3 games here. Steve Sabins had said to us before the first game here, he said, I think beyond those numbers that you see, he said, I think this guy's an elite hitter. Like, could be the MVP of a tournament and carry us. They see a big-time future for Einish.
Doesn't chase out of the zone. And I think that's one of the biggest things that Einish has in the lineup. A lot more walks and strikeouts.
He was at Ohio University last year, had an OPS near 1,000, all-MAC 2nd team, and then this year's been very effective for West Virginia. He played with Ohio against West Virginia last year. Said ever since then he wanted to join West Virginia. Flares this one into left center field, a base hit. First to third, Matt Gravlin. Safe.
Matt Gravlin, huh? He ran right in the face of Drew Nelson out there, the left fielder.
And it's smart. Forget the score right now. This is the World Series. You have to keep on adding. And when the balls hit the left field, it's the plays in front of you. And when you see the left fielder going towards center field catching the ball, and he's a lefty, he's going to have to throw across his body, can't have much on it. Now you continue to apply pressure.
The base running is impressive for West Virginia. We knew coming in, I mean, 120 stolen bases, 121 now. But boy, do they take an extra 90 on you. First to third, they score from home plate or from second base all the way to home on base hits, almost all of them.
Brody Kresser puts a charge into one to right. Houston Markham on the track makes the catch, and it's 8-0 as Matt Gravlin scores.
And that's what taking an extra 90 does for you right there. Get you over to third base with nobody out, and just a routine fly ball to right field plates yet another run for West Virginia.
Again, 11 hits for West Virginia. 9 of them singles. It's the extra bases, base running that gets the job done.
Yeah.
We're going to get a pinch hitter here in the spot of the 8 hole, populated by Ben Lumsden. Zahir Barjam will bat. And Skyler Meade out to visit. Makes the call for the right-hander here in the 9th inning. All West Virginia in Omaha. Round 2, Georgia, Texas tonight, 8 Eastern. Georgia suffered a loss against Oklahoma yesterday. Texas won an elimination game with a cycle from their shortstop Adrian Rodriguez. Now to the bullpen for Troy once again, who goes through a really talented freshman in Brady Richardson.
Yeah, Brady Richardson making his 16th appearance of the year. He's only worked 17 1/3, 13 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .319 off the freshman right-hander Richardson.
From Elba, Alabama. Skyler Meade was telling us today this kid is the best athlete on the team. 40-inch vertical. Even as a pitcher, he runs a 6.5 60. And just like Ben McDonald, he dominated the ACT. He got a 32 on it.
Man, I had to take it 3 times to get a 32.
Barjam bats. And this one caroms in front of Jimmy Janicki.
Barjam, born in Santo Domingo, raised in Miami, went to Christopher Columbus High School, same high school as Heisman Award winner Fernando Mendoza. Same high school that I also did not make the team on when I was in high school.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up. That remains ridiculous. You showed up and they didn't have a spot for you.
Nope. They offered me to the manager. They said, "Okay,
you can be the manager.
Want to be the manager? Want to carry the cooler?"
Don't feel bad. Michael Jordan didn't make his 10th grade high school basketball team.
You know why I don't feel bad? Because Mike Lowell and Alex Rodriguez, same thing happened to them at
there you go.
Columbus High School.
Hot shot, Barjam in the left field base hit.
How about the freshman right there? Getting an opportunity, College World Series, gets a hit. Quick bat, pitch up in the zone.
104 off the bat.
Yeah.
Primary position, shortstop at Christopher Columbus, and gets pinch run for him.
Thanks for playing. Brock Wills runs for Barjam. So Wills runs. He's a guy who started in the outfield a lot this year, over Ben Lumsden at times. And now Tyrus Hall. Ball 1. What do you guys got tonight? Georgia and Texas. Texas is going to roll out Luke Harrison. Guy who's done a lot in his career on the mound. Georgia will throw Dylan Vignew, who we saw take a comebacker off his leg during the Supers. You got any feel on
That's
it?
going to be a war. I mean, I'll tell you this, Georgia's only lost back-to-back games twice the entire season. That's it, only twice.
Runners going. And now it's second to third.
And what we've learned here in Omaha, expect the unexpected. I think it's going to be a battle. I think the environment here at the Chuck is going to be impressive. Can't wait to be here and see it.
A lot of people thought whoever won that game in the first meeting between them, Georgia, Texas on Saturday, would win the whole thing or at least reach the finals. And now they're fighting to stay alive when they meet tonight. And for Texas, Adrian Rodriguez will be back in action. A-Rod, who's red hot. He had 5 hits yesterday and hit for the cycle, only the 3rd in the 79-year history of this event.
And really impressive at-bats yesterday. Hits for the cycle, goes 5 for 5. Just the way he was able to do it, using the entire field, line to line.
Armani Guzman.
Oh.
By the way, our words carry a lot of weight. We were barking about official scoring decisions. Word travels up in the press box.
Yes, it does.
You guys have a lot of power.
The thing is, thank you for listening, because Ben was right.
Oh.
Yeah, put it on me. Both of y'all were barking as much as I was.
We're going to get about
maybe more.
If you weren't with us, it was in the 2nd inning of that game yesterday. Adrian Rodriguez hit a ball that went into left center field. It got past the outfielders for Alabama, who's originally scored a single. Ended up a 2-base error on the initial ruling, changed later to be a triple. That ended up
after
being
you guys
cycle.
complained enough.
No, after the guy with the flat top complained enough.
Over here.
Nonetheless, it was awesome for Adrian Rodriguez, and like we just showed you, only the 3rd in the history of this event. 2-0. Ooh, just missed. 3-0 from Brady Richardson. I mean, Texas has some big bats. Rodriguez rolling right now. He's probably been their best player in the postseason. A couple of top 2-round picks in Aiden Robbins and Carson Tinney. And we know what Georgia's offense can do.
Yes.
They can slug. Wind is picking up now. It seems like this evening it could make and be a factor.
On the ground, right field, base hit, Armani Guzman. Matt Einish scores. Brock Wills right behind him. 2 more for West Virginia, and double figures on the board.
This West Virginia team, they know how to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Taking extra 90s, hustle doubles. We talked about it. They had struggled coming in, hitting with runners in scoring position a little bit here in the College World Series, but they have been on point today, and another bullet. 2 RBI, double by Guzman.
Yeah, and it's the 4th time he gets on base. 2nd hit with 2 walks, and top of the order. It's just been a balanced attack. Top, bottom of the order. Relentless, West Virginia.
I mean, everybody in the lineup has reached base. 1 through 9, up and down. And even pinch hitters getting base hits as well.
Nate Criswell will come on, and we'll get Gavin Kelly here in the 9th inning with this one getting out of reach. Well, we told you about Adrian Rodriguez. How about we show you his day? The cycle yesterday for the young shortstop who is totally locked in.
Yeah, started it off down the line, and then using this field. This was a controversial play right there. He would get a double with an error, but instead on the throwing, they changed that one. Then a base hit the other way, and then say hello to my little friend. That right there was the hit for the cycle. He added another double to it, but Adrian Rodriguez having a career afternoon yesterday here in the College World Series.
And then Caden Glauber is the best freshman in the sport. North Carolina has not lost a game when he pitches this year. And man, how good was Joey Volchko on Saturday night?
I mean, that was electric stuff, big time stuff. And we've seen this throughout the College World Series in recent years. We get guys that show up here from a pitching standpoint that actually maybe weren't great all year long. They were good, they were solid, but have the performance of a lifetime. But that's what it takes to win the College World Series.
And the winner of this one gets North Carolina tomorrow afternoon. And North Carolina in a position of advantage so far. And so if they get West Virginia again, as it's obviously looking, you go back to a game that on Sunday was tied 2-2 into the bottom of the 7th when West Virginia made 2 errors, 3 unearned runs scored. And North Carolina has already said, head coach Scott Forbes has already said they're going to start their Sunday starter Folger Boaz on the mound tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's their Sunday starter. It's an elevated ERA, but it's good stuff for Boaz.
Yeah.
And that way you save Caden Glauber, at least until you really need him.
And you would think McDuffie and Glauber are going to be ready. And for Boaz, the goal's got to be get through 5 innings. Get through 5 innings for Boaz, and then you bring in the relievers behind him. But he's a young man that had a really good junior year last year, and then this year it hasn't been quite as good, but a chance to make everybody forget about this year and focus on his start that he's going to have for North Carolina.
And I think the weather's going to play a factor tomorrow. The wind is expected to be blowing between 20 to 25 miles per hour out.
20 to 25 out.
Out. We'll see if that holds.
That's interesting. Well, Gavin Kelly bats again. 2 hits in this game, a single and a run scored in the 3rd, and then a 3-run home run in the 6th. Oh. And Nate Criswell delivers all 1 in a very small zone in this game. North Carolina can go to Jackson Rose too. Really talented freshman lefty. So they got options tomorrow for West Virginia. 1-2. Criswell, the junior from Oakdale, California, deals a 1-2. Off the end of the bat, Kelly dumps this one toward center, and it drops down. Tyrus Hall scores to add another run for the Mountaineers.
Just seems like they're finding every hole right now in grass in the outfield. This one not hit hard at all. Yet a no man's land.
Still only 1 out here in the top of the 9th with 4 runs in. West Virginia up to 14 hits. Paul Schoenfeld bats. Runner goes from first in an 11-0 game. Two and 1. Paul Schoenfeld, a walk, an infield single. We'll ground out in a couple Ks today. Hard hit into the shift at second to Sean Darnell. 2 down with a run in as Guzman scores, and a dozen on the board. Well, hats off to Troy. I mean, what a season for this team. There was a 3 seed in the regional in Gainesville. To come out of that, to host a super in Troy, Alabama 2 weekends ago and make the first trip in program history here.
And what an environment in Troy during the Supers. The fans showed up, and rumor has it that they've sold a lot of apparel as well out there. Record breaking.
I think in terms of merchandise sales, what do we hear? That they've done in the last 2 months what they would normally do in a year?
That's what we heard.
Yeah. And it's not even football season. Think about that. Baseball's been able to accomplish that.
For a while, it's been a university that really cares about baseball. The athletic directors have changed in recent years, but they care about baseball.
Yes. And this bunch here, this group, this 2026 bunch will be remembered forever as the first ones, the ones that got there first, the stepping stones, if you will.
And I think so important to remember the context as Sean Smith walks. It's a team that the last 2 years had their hearts ripped out, as Skyler Meade says, by showing up to watch the selection show on Memorial Day. Waiting around, gathering as a team, and finding out you didn't get in. Like we do. Our network airs when the teams make it, and you see the celebration. You don't see the footage when the team doesn't make it. And for many guys, it's the end of their careers. But this group, able to get here all the way to Omaha.
Yeah, and I love what Skyler Meade did, too. He went out and said, you know what, if y'all going to play the RPI game on us, I'm going to go schedule some really tough teams. And that's what he went and did. And we talked about it earlier. They played the #1 strength of schedule non-conference in all of college baseball.
Ball.
2-0 on Matt Gravlin. They played at Mississippi State, at Georgia twice, at Vandy, at Bama, home against Bama. Pretty much all the above. Matt Gravlin tags one to center. And room for Steve Meyer. Getting over. 5 more runs of insurance in West Virginia. 3 outs away from sticking around. Dominant effort from West Virginia today when you had to have it, had to win to stay around at the Men's College World Series. 3 outs away from standing and singing Country Roads. Carson Estridge comes on. Honorable mention Big 12 for a guy Ben McDonald's height.
Big kid making his 21st appearance of the year, and he's had a good year too. ERA at 3.27, 33 innings of work, 30 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .254 off the big right-hander Estridge.
And only 3 outs left in Troy's season to play with 9, 1, and 2 coming up. Heck of a year for the Trojans. Out of the Sun Belt all the way to Omaha. 22 and 25 a month and a half ago to one of the last 6 teams playing college baseball. Skyler Meade's going into the bench, and he'll get some opportunities for other players up and down his roster. Starting the 9th spot, and Caden Reeves will bat. Freshman that they're really high on, and he was the #2 catcher until he got hit in the back of the head with a curveball in early May. And that, in part, allowed Jay Boroff to get into the lineup, and the legend of Jabe Ruth was born. But they love this kid Reeves.
He's got serious pop. He was catching, but when Boroff got warm, I mean, it's you look at the numbers, the batting average down, but the power is real. He put on a show in batting practice on workout day. I was like, who is that?
Big boy.
Ball.
2-1 on Reeves. I'm excited to see what the future holds for Skyler Meade. Impressive head coach. End of year 5 with Troy in a historic season.
Yeah, Skyler Meade's a pretty special guy. I mean, he got into coaching at a very, very young age, obviously. Heck of a recruiter.
Pitched on that 07 Louisville team you saw that got here. That was Dan McDonald's first year as the head coach at Louisville. 5-pitch walk. Reeves is on. And the flip side for West Virginia, well, 3 outs away from singing Country Roads, like we said. Taylor was telling us the other day, they practice singing Country Roads in the few weeks leading up to the season. You better know the lyrics if you're going to play for West Virginia.
I like that.
You've been learning them. A little spin on it with Omaha this year.
Well, you got to win a lot.
And if you don't know the words, you have to restart. So they take it seriously. Singing in front of your teammates in groups of 2. I mean, I think I have the confidence to sing in front of you guys. I don't know if Ben has the confidence to sing back.
Oh, come on now.
You just got called out.
Gavin Schrader's the pinch hitter. There's a strike.
You will not pass the class if you don't know the lyrics.
Schrader, a senior who started his career at Niagara. Getting a chance at the end of his senior season. Pulls one on a hop. Guzman had it deflect off his glove, and Schrader safe. First 2 on for Troy.
Sun beats down on this field. They might rake it, but it is lacking water right now, and it's quick. This one just gets up on Guzman. Might go down as a hit. Caught in between.
I'm staying out of all scoring decisions until further notice.
They'll give that one an error. Trying to get Schrader a hit here in the College World Series.
Yeah, you are.
A wise man once said, no one man should have all that power. And it is an error. And we get another pinch hitter here for Troy. This is in Josh Pine's spot in the lineup. Dylan Cool. First pitch swinging to center. Paul Schoenfeld still out there. And there's one away. So I think looking ahead for West Virginia, pitching is as you would like it. I mean, you could go to Chance and Cole on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days of rest after he went 52 pitches Friday.
And I'm okay with that. 4 days rest, only 52 pitches. Now, I don't think he can go out there and give you 7 innings and throw 100 pitches, but he can give you a good start and get you 60 or 70 pitches.
There's Cole. You saw before that Ian Korn. Korn came on in relief, went 6 innings, 79 pitches. We were told both guys were available for today. It's just a question of how much you could have them tomorrow. And then, of course, you'd have to beat North Carolina twice. Nico Azpilcueta. That's as a pinch hitter for Blake Cabell. So the end of the road for Blake Cabell. The end of his senior season. And a chance for Azpilcueta. Senior from Sherman Oaks, California. And it's 0-2 from Estridge. We had fun watching this guy this season.
Man, what a character that kid is, huh? And a competitor, too.
Oh, 2. A sword and a strikeout for Carson Estridge. 2 down. He's saying it hit the bat. I didn't hear it. He says, I promise. You're not going to get a challenge. It is challengeable, but I don't think in a 12-run game you do. So we got one more pinch hitter here with 1 out left to play with for Troy. And here comes Nolan Book, who spent time starting this season at shortstop. West Virginia 1 out away. Dawson Montessa started this game for West Virginia and was crisp. He gave him a big lift again, just like he did during the regionals against Wake Forest.
That was that fastball up in the zone and the curveball, the 12-6 from the same arm slot. That was absolutely filthy and dominated for those 5 1/3 innings of work. Ball.
Book pops it up foul, and Troy's down to its final strike. Strike three called. West Virginia blanks Troy, and the country roads wind one more day in Omaha.
You talk about diversifying the portfolio. That's exactly what the offense of West Virginia did this afternoon. Everyone involved.
Yeah, West Virginia, how about this? First 2 games of the College World Series, they only had 3 base hits with runners in scoring position. They get 6 today, and so they came up big in those big moments. Stole some bases, took an extra 90. I think, you know, Dawson Montessa, really the starter for West Virginia, he kind of set the tone against Troy. He goes 5 1/3 of shutout baseball, pitched really, really well. He gave his offense a jump out in front in the lead early. They did that and never looked back.
And a special season on the flip side comes to an end for Troy, who made history. Last 4 in all the way to Omaha for the first time in the great baseball history of Troy down in Troy, Alabama. But it's West Virginia moving on thanks to a good one from Dawson Montessa. So tomorrow, 2 Eastern, here on ESPN, they get North Carolina in a rematch. That was a tightly played ball game in that first meeting. North Carolina is going to roll out its Sunday starter, Folger Boaz.